See people come in, Jay, we live. What up, everybody?
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. First name James. Welcome to the layover. We don't play no games.
Yes. Yeah. We working too.
Sit back, relax before you catch your connecting flight. Journalist Jackson, and we ready to fight.
Let some people get up in here.
Mic check to the gods.
Mic check.
Come on. We working too, Luna by my side. For the ones
CB.
that are gone, and the ones trying to stay sober. Welcome to the stream. This the layover. For one's gone. One's gone. Rest in peace. Stay sober. Journalist Jackson. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
This the layover.
We working too.
Mic check. Can you hear me out there? What's up? Can you hear me? Let me know, Chris. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. First name James.
I can hear you. You good, bro. You good.
Welcome to the layover. We don't play no games.
Yes. Yeah. We working too.
Sit back, relax before you catch your connecting flight. Journalist Jackson, and we ready to fight. Corruption. Come on. Come on. We working too, Luna by my side. For the ones that are gone, and the ones trying to stay sober. Welcome to the stream. This the layover. For one's gone. One's gone. Rest in peace. Stay sober. Journalist Jackson. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
This the layover.
We working too.
Go
You
ahead,
working too.
Mr. Jackson.
What up, everybody? Yeah.
First name James.
First name James.
Welcome
Okay,
to the
now-
layover. We don't play no games.
Yes.
We're working too. Yeah.
We working too.
Sit back, relax before you catch your connecting flight. Journalist Jackson, and we're ready to fight.
Corruption. Fight. Corruption.
Come on, come on. We're working to Luna by my side. For the ones that are gone and the ones trying to stay sober.
Say
Welcome
what?
to the stream, this the layover. For one's gone, rest in peace. Stay sober. Journalist Jackson.
1, 2.
Gee.
1, 2.
Yes, yes. This the layover.
What? God damn.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. First name James. Welcome to the layover. We don't play no games.
Yes. Yeah.
We're working too. Sit back, relax, before you catch your connecting flight. Journalist Jackson, and we're ready to fight.
Corruption. Fight corruption.
Come on, come on. We're working to Luna by my side. For the ones that are gone and the ones trying to stay sober. Welcome to the stream, this the layover. For one's gone, rest in peace. Stay sober. Journalist Jackson.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Yes, yes. This the layover. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Mic check to the gods. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
First name James.
How we doing, chat? First name James.
Welcome to the layover. We don't play no games.
Nope.
Yes.
We're working too.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, what?
Sit back, relax.
We working
before
too.
you catch your connecting flight. Journalist Jackson, and we're ready to fight.
Corruption. Fight corruption.
Fight.
Come on, come on. We're working to Luna by my side.
Luna's by your side.
For the ones that are gone and the ones trying to stay sober.
What's this
Welcome
shit
to
called?
the stream, this the layover. For one's gone, rest in peace. Stay
Rest in peace.
sober. Journalist
Goddamn.
Jackson.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Yes, yes.
1, 2.
This the layover.
Sorry about that, guys. I just got kicked out of my own goddamn stream. Thank God you was here, Jay.
You know how we do it, brother.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yeah, man. We back. And me and JFK were just talking backstage, and I was telling him about last night's live and how, if you go back in the archives of when we first started this whole Free Karen Reed and, this whole fight and corruption, I mean, it's clear to see that we were on top of every topic, every situation that just we were there. You cannot deny that. We were definitely there. So I think tonight, I pulled up a video last night just because it came up in my memories. And if you didn't catch the live last night, what the video was, it was the video that we had when JFK and I did the reenactment of the waterfall. And when we went out there, that sparked that call from Brian Higgins, aka Kevin from South Boston, which if he's watching now, how you doing, Kevin? But yeah, so when we went out there and did that video, when we shot that footage, we weren't out there on some Hollywood shit. We were just like, basically, we wanted to see. And the same question kept coming up, or I didn't realize how small that place was until you guys went there. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we did go there, because if not, then I think a lot of people would have just thought that Higgins was just talking to anybody, right? He would have thought that he was talking just maybe at the bartender, right, Jay? It looks big. But,
Yeah, it definitely looks big, bro.
Yeah, so when I was in the archives, I found, I'm gonna have to pull this up, go back in because it's not here. I found a video. Shit. I found a lot of videos, but the one I just clicked on, that one. Damn, I don't remember what the thumbnail looked like. It disappeared, once it kicked me out. You know what I'm talking about, Jay. It disappeared. So for me to find that particular video, it was perfect um, because it kind of went with the topic of the discussion of what's going on with these YouTube creators and what they're talking about, um, and also what's going on Twitter. And I know Twitter's a vile place, but it's what's being discussed. And it's crazy because it was like when we first got introduced to Melanie Little, we didn't even know who she was, and we were bigging her up. This is what JFK was actually at this particular moment in the video. I'm gonna try to find that, Jay, if you want to talk to them. And I want to pull that video up, and maybe we can go over it now and talk about how we feel now about this video as opposed to how we felt back then. Because back then I seen, we were really in it to, to get down to the bottom of this corruption, man. So you there? Can't hear you. So JFK just checked out. But if you guys want to leave a name, number, and a brief message, he will gladly return your call. No, I'm just kidding. Let me
Yeah, man. This dude Higgins, man, like you was saying though, when he called, that was quite the show, man. My bad. I'm listening, brother. I'm listening. I just had to take care of something real quick. But yeah, man, you're breaking it down. Just to add to what you were saying, when this first went down, this whole thing, Karen Reed thing, we was on top of it for sure.
Yeah, man. This video here, I gotta find it. I don't know if I'm gonna try to. Let me just see real quick if it's still there. It should be on the last video I was looking at. But how's everybody doing tonight? Shout out to all my mods in the chat. Shout out to all the long game is, disclaim is, everybody else. Should be.
Yeah, keep in mind, when we talk about in the past tense, when we go over what we used to talk about, I mean certain subjects that were on the docket, so to speak, with this whole Karen Reed thing, we always had perspective, and we always kept it fair.
Yeah, we did. Um, Here it is. I found it right here. Hold on a second. This is it right here. This is perfect. This is when me and you we first got introduced to Melanie Little. And I was reading the chat alongside of it, and I see during this episode everybody was saying prayers for James. So I don't know what happened to me at that particular time. But it's funny because I really can't remember like back then what it was people were praying for me. But everybody in the chat, prayers for James. And I think you did this show solo.
What, the Melanie Little show?
Yeah, watch. Hold up. Yeah, I kept seeing prayers for James. Maybe it was who the hell knows. I've been through surgeries and this and that.
Oh, we did a lot of shows too, bro. We've been live
I
streaming like
know that's the other thing. And I was going through the shows. I'm like, man, we put a lot of work in here. Um,
Before we go any further, I just want to say, everybody in the chat, man, throw up your hashtag AGE. Let's see all green in the chat. Let's get some memberships. If you're feeling in the Christmas spirit, in the spirit of Christmas, go ahead and give somebody a membership. Let's get them James Jackson memberships up. All green in the chat. All green everything.
yes, sir. Let's go. Here it is. Throwing up this. All right, so all right, I got that. Let me just go right here. Share screen. Boom, boom. I'm working too, guys. Learning on the job is what I do.
And hear from a real lawyer. She could tell you better than I could tell you, for sure.
You
Check
can
this
hear
out.
that?
I can hear you, brother. Yeah.
Be
Good
little,
idea for
right?
this, 'cause that's fun. Mr. Mello instead called DL Tully, who attempted to listen to the encounter between Ms. Gattani and Mr. Carney for
Hold on. I think
several minutes.
speed up.
See Exhibit C. In these circumstances, it is critical that Mr. Mello explain under oath why, if he became aware and heard Mr. Carney intimidating a grand jury witness one day after she was served with a summons, he did not call 911. Footnote 7. Prior to December 2023,
talks
Mr. Mello
fast.
already had called the police to report less serious allegations of witness intimidation
God
on
damn.
November 5th, 2023, after a grand jury witness called Mr. Mello complaining that a group of peaceful protesters had gathered across the street from his pizza establishment. Mr. Mello called the Canton police on his behalf. During those calls, he specifically advised the Canton police that the protesters were violating MGL Section 268, 13B. So that's, I believe, the Canton 9 who were protesting across the street from Chris Albert's D&E Pizzeria. And Mello called the police on them. Okay.
Mellow, huh?
Wow.
What a guy. Hank, don't be a mellow.
Why he did not instruct Ms. Gattani to call 911 and why he called DL Tully instead of the local police.
God damn, Hank.
Mr. Mello is an essential defense witness. He is a witness relative to conduct between Ms. Gattani and Mr. Carney.
Because they don't call the police because these police officers work hand in hand. This is called unofficial business, people. They do this all the time. They're supposed to get on the horn and make the 911 call, put it over the terror tapes. They call terror tapes 911 tapes, put it over the broadcast. Instead, they do unofficial business, get creative, and set you up. That's what they do. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And Samantha, I definitely think Karen Reed is getting on the stand if it gets dropped to a manslaughter.
Carney that directly led to Mr. Carney's arrest and indictment.
If it got dropped to a manslaughter, I believe that.
Served with a grand jury summons.
Right. Disclaimer. If it got dropped, I mean, we can't just go off of this right now. We got to check in on that because we spoke on that a bunch of times and we kept saying if it got dropped to a manslaughter, then we could see Karen Reed taking the stand. But with the charges they were trying to charge her with, and they did tried to charge her with, no. So let's just be clear with that.
On December 22nd, 2023, when no proceeding was pending, and her prior statements to the MSP did not allege that Mr. Carney committed any crimes. It is virtually certain that his testimony will be required to impeach Ms. Gattani on numerous material topics. For the reasons stated above and those referenced in our September 12th, 2023 letter, Mr. Mello is required to voluntarily recuse himself as a special assistant district attorney pursuant to Rule 3.7 of the Massachusetts Rules of Professional Conduct and Commonwealth v. Scanlon. XOXO, Mark Betterow. Wow. Well, you may recall that during the last hearing, there is a motion to recuse, right? Is there a motion to recuse or disqualify already pending? And she put that over? Let me just look at my notes. Yeah, the motion to disqualify Ken Mello as the DA is scheduled to be heard on January 10th, unless, of course, he voluntarily recuses himself before then, in which case that court date would be moot. And there's a motion to suppress that's currently scheduled for December 2nd. Okay, let's get to the exhibits, shall we?
This gets crazy. This is the best part of the whole thing. This gets wild, for sure.
Kirsten, thank you for the 10, says, as with any kind of data reporting, this is only the case you know about. There are so many more you've never heard of. I hear you saying it could be you. Likely for too many people, it is already them, right?
Yes, for sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
Romy, thank you. This is absolutely wild. How can Mello even try to defend against this gross misconduct?
Teresa,
I don't know. Is that why he's been kind of like maybe in hiding? I don't know.
thank you. Becky G, thank you.
Exhibit A is the Fall River Reporter
This is crazy.
article by Jess Machado that is referred to in this letter,
Oh,
which we will not read together, but someone has told me on the Young Jerks Facebook page you can access these documents and read about them yourself.
Young Jerks. Money making Mike.
Where,
You know what?
would you like an actual interview? Would Jess Machado like an actual interview?
Damn.
I mean, you can compare this, if you will, to like Marcy's hostage video that he did. Why? Why would you do this? Why would you get out there and give an interview days later? Why would Marcy do that hostage video in August of 2023?
Crazy.
Hubris?
Watch this.
Exhibit B.
Here we go.
Here's the interview report for Lindsay Gattani. The report is dated 12/18 of 2023. So this is before these alleged witness intimidation charges, which occurred on December 23rd. So on the 18th of December, Lindsay Gattani was interviewed by none other than Brian Tully.
Wouldn't you know?
Narrative begins on the following page. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. On December 14th, 2023, and this is Tully's words, at 1300 hours,
It's crazy.
I, Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, and Nelson D. Gouveia, an investigator for Special Prosecutor Kenneth Mello, interviewed Lindsay Gattani at her residence. As she was interviewed 14th. Oh, hi, Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy's watching. This is just a small preview. There's a lot more, and it gets much worse. How could it?
God
could it?
damn, Turtle Boy.
I mean, I'm going to take your word for it because you have access to more documents than I do. But this is insane. This is insane. Lindsay stated she met Aidan Carney in September 2023 after exchanging messages on Facebook Messenger. Facebook is good for nothing. I don't use
True.
Facebook, and it's good for nothing. And here's a perfect example of why Facebook is good for nothing.
You right about
Lindsay stated
that?
she would communicate with two of Carney's Facebook profiles, Clarence Woods Emerson and Aidan Carney. Carney and Lindsay met in person by following a Commonwealth v. Reed court date and went to her apartment. After that meeting, Lindsay and Carney began having a romantic relationship, with Carney staying at her apartment, staying over on Friday nights at her apartment. At the beginning of the relationship, is there anything good that's going to strike me in here? All right. It's public. At the beginning of their relationship, Carney stated he was close with Karen Reed's family. He would later state to Lindsay that he speaks with Karen Reed every day. Lindsay showed me a screenshot that Carney allegedly sent her showing multiple calls on a certain day that showed Karen Reed's signal audio in the call log. Carney told Lindsay that there was an intermediary between Carney and Reed, a woman by the name of Natalie. Carney stated Natalie and Reed were angry with each other. Carney then began talking to Reed directly. Lindsay stated Carney runs everything by Karen, meaning all the blog posts and social media content is approved by Reed before Carney publishing. Carney described Reed as difficult, controlling, and gets irritated with him.
Wow.
Lindsay stated Carney showed her material relevant to the investigation of the homicide of John O'Keefe, including the 911 call and cruiser video footage before it was, quote, leaked on social media. Lindsay stated Carney and Reed.
Keep in mind, this is all hearsay, people. This is all hearsay, but this is another creative way for someone to come forward. They know he's on bail right now. They know he's on bail. So when he got bail for this case, he had 60 days. He can't get in trouble. I mean, if he gets in trouble, he can be held within 60 days. And that's exactly what happened. They rearrested him. He didn't even get indicted yet, but yet they said she was a witness for a grand jury that he wasn't even indicted yet. So, which totally makes no sense. So she was a witness to what? Because the Karen Reed grand jury
Makes no sense. Bro.
intimidating witness that he got arrested for, he wasn't indicted yet on that. So they actually put her as a witness on the intimidating witness that he got indicted for that case. But it doesn't make any sense. So it was like there was no indictment, but yet she was a witness. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. This is how they get creative, people. But the parallel is we're gonna get to it. We're definitely gonna get to it. It's wild, man. Wild for sure.
Reed communicate using the Signal app because it's encrypted. Lindsay described one instance where Reed controlled what Carney would publish. Carney wanted to release the Canton police cruiser video footage that he had obtained from Reed. Carney asked Reed if he could publish the video on his Turtle Boy platform. Lindsay stated Reed said no to the request. Talk about like double, triple hearsay, first of all. And second of all, it looks like they only went to interview her because they were trying to prove a case of collusion or conspiracy between Karen Reed and Aidan Carney, which, as we saw, was unsuccessful.
Shit.
I like that right there. I did say that on my last live. Do you think Karen drove the 34 twice? Once to drop off John, she left fast, maybe angry, then came back 10 minutes later to collect him, and that's when Nagel saw her alone. Why didn't they see John O'Keefe? That's a real good question, and I questioned that on my last live. But you got to watch out what you say, because if that happened and she left fast, obviously she left fast because there was an argument or something like that, right? Which means is Karen Reed knows more, and that's what I think Hank Brennan, if this is the case, Kurt, if this is the case, disclaimer, Hank Brennan's going to want her to tell this side of the story so he can get the bad guys. That's what I think. For sure.
That was
Lindsay stated Reed said no to the request. Carney was frustrated and contacted one of Reed's defense attorneys, Alan Jackson. Jackson approved the release of the video. Reed later found out about Carney going to Jackson and was angry. Lindsay stated different sources of financial benefit for Carney and his partners. Lindsay described she attended a Halloween party held by Carney. On the drive to the party, Carney told Lindsay that he has a videographer, Richie, unknown last name, who has been following him around in anticipation of creating a documentary. Carney stated Alan Jackson might be paying Richie directly. She described the arrangement as Richie being hired
Anybody seen Richie?
as part of the Reed's defense team. Notice that in the letters also they're asking for anything that any of these people were promised in exchange for their testimonies or their witness statements or things like that.
Wow. So here we are a year later. But before that,
You're a little man, and your life will always suck because of you. You're a rat. And you're not ruining my life, because my life is still fucking good. Unlike yours. And that's the best revenge. My life is going to be good, and yours is going to continue to suck, because you're a piece of shit. You'll turn on your friends. You don't even know what friendship is. You're a rat. I ain't crying. I'm laughing my ass off. You're a piece of shit. You're a rat. Because my life is still fucking good. Unlike yours. And that's the best revenge, bitch. You're a little man, and your life will always suck because of you. You're a rat. And you're not ruining my life, because my life is still fucking good. Unlike yours. And that's the best revenge. My life is going to be good, and yours is going to continue to suck.
Oh.
You're a piece of shit. You'll
God
turn on your friends.
damn,
You don't even
son.
know what friendship is. You're a rat. I ain't crying.
shit,
I'm laughing my ass off. You're a piece of shit. You're a rat. Because my life is still fucking good.
Shit. Oh shit, man. God damn, I can't. Yo, man. Shit. Me and JFK heard that right at like 9 a.m. after like a long night out, on a trip in Miami. God. Oh my God.
Yo, that shit is funny, bro. He was like, I ain't crying.
Oh, we were crying for hours, man. This shit was crazy. I was dying. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't even
I
woke
couldn't
up
believe he
yet.
said that. He was like, I ain't crying, you piece of shit.
You're a rat. You know what?
You're a rat.
Oh man,
Yeah,
guys.
Mikey Crawford, man. That's the ultimate. That's the best soundbite ever, bro. That's the motivating soundbite right there. That will motivate you. My life is good. And your life is gonna continue to suck.
You know why? Because you're a piece of shit.
You know why? Because you're a piece of shit, son.
Oh man. We could just do that skit every night. Oh man, and I would die. That shit is too funny. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I hope you guys are laughing with us, man. This shit is crazy. Mikey's one of our boys, a good friend. But yeah, he wasn't playing no games that morning.
I mean, I'll tell you, man, be real with you. That right there is probably one of the best things that came out of the Free Karen Reed movement. Right there is that soundbite. That shit is the best, dude.
That shit so far. Disclaimer, so far, that's one of the best things. Damn. I mean, it was better than the soundbite. Damn near close to it. When we heard you was innocent, for Christ's sake.
I want to thank my people I want to thank everybody. No one fought harder for John O'Keefe than I have. And then there's Mike Crawford. Hold on, move over, Karen. I got something to say.
Hold on, Karen. What'd you say? You want to thank who?
Go ahead, play that real quick. Hold on, Karen.
like yours.
Play Mikey real quick.
And that's the best revenge, bitch. You're a little man, and your life will always suck because of you. You're a rat. And you're not ruining my life, because my life is still fucking good. Unlike yours. And that's the best revenge. My life is going to be good, and yours is going to continue to suck, because you're a piece of shit. You'll turn on your friends. You don't even know what friendship is. You're a rat. I ain't crying.
Oh.
I'm laughing my ass off. You're a piece of shit.
I'm
You're a
laughing
rat.
my ass
'Cause my life is still fucking good. I'm like,
I'm laughing and crying, Mikey. Goddamn. Shit.
Damn, Mikey. For real, she was on the podium. He was like, "Excuse me, Karen, can you move over a second? I got something to say."
She said, sure, go ahead, Mike. All of a sudden, he says that, and fucking everyone starts cheering, bro. That was crazy. Man, he said, you know why? Because you're a piece of shit.
You know why? Because you're a piece of shit. And like that was a no-brainer. That just rolled off his tongue. That was just like, you know why? Because you're a piece of shit.
That was all done in one take. I have no buts.
That was
I know.
100% a one take Charlie for sure.
Oh yeah. And then after he listened to it and said, "This is the one. This is the one."
He's a funny bastard, man. He's a funny guy, you know? And it's like Mikey, the thing is about the whole situation with Mike, it's like the fact that people like at one time, he felt a certain way about Karen. He didn't know. Listen, I get it. You play the recording um of excuse me, play the sound bite of Karen, John and this and that, and things don't add up. I mean, I think that he always wanted to come at it in a journalistic perspective, but this movement, let's face it, this movement didn't really let anybody come at it in an unbiased way. It's like you either thought she was not guilty or guilty. So even if you was on the lines of thinking she was not guilty and still told, still was like, well, I'm not 100% with it yet. The movement wouldn't, they wouldn't let you have it. They'd be like, nah, fuck that. What are you crazy? And and in this particular case, I would have to agree. But I think it was pretty early on what Mike was saying. It was pretty early. It was before the first trial. And he thought that was the political thing to do for his channel, and it was new to him. People are acting like he got a bunch of subscribers, he got monetized. He's starting to see a little bit payola come in. More people are reaching out. He's walking through his hometown. People are like, hey, young jerks, I like you. You're cool. People are getting arrested. That's all new to him. So you got to like put the shoe on the other foot for a second. So what? On one live, he said, "Hey, I'm not 100% convinced. I'm not 100% convinced," or something like that, because he wanted to save face because he thought the state troopers were coming through his door. I mean, not for nothing, people started making him that important, right? That's the thing. Like, I hear people say, well, Mikey thought he was so important and things like that. Well, when people start hitting you up, inboxing you, you can get lost in this shit sometimes. You might start thinking you are more important or people are watching you more than they are. It's a paranoia. When it's kind of like we went over Oliver Stone last night about the surveillance era. He was saying this back in 1994 about like the 20th century is like the surveillance like generation, and like that's what it is. If you're not used to people watching you and hitting you up and like seeing the moves you're making, that could like hit you a certain way, and it can bug you out. Some people don't want to be public like that, and I think it came fast for Mikey. And I'm not making excuses for anything. I'm just looking at it from my POV. Be clear, that's just my
But Jay, look at
POV.
this comment. This person's saying, this person here wants this, I don't know, user something, says that was wrong, totally wrong, because how you gonna be one-sided? And at the time, we all said that she was not guilty because that's how we felt. nope, that was the second trial. He said it. I was there. Well,
That
okay.
wasn't the second trial. He said that. That's wrong. That's
Uh,
100% wrong. No way it was the second trial. We would. You're talking about two guys that I was involved in this in the first trial.
right.
That was before I came into this
Oh,
April.
yeah.
I came into this April of 2024. I
Oh,
started
yeah.
making videos. I
So
did
you
my
were
first video. We did our first video. You were there. We did the first video at the Garden was in June when we
yeah.
put it on wax. But me and James been involved in this behind the scenes since April. We just wasn't speaking on it like that. It was like I don't think, you know, we just didn't know the algorithm like that. It was behind the scenes type thing, talking about it, and then we decided when we went to the playoffs, we decided to do it our way, and go down to the Garden during the finals and speak about it there and see what the people thought. And
And damn near, wouldn't you have it? We had one of the best videos to come out where we had a kid from. We were just talking about the Celtics, and this guy comes back and says,
no, we wasn't just talking about the Celtics. That's
"No, we
not
was
true.
talking. No, this was
I had
the
a free Karen Reed t-shirt on, bro.
right. Oh yeah, when he had the free camp, but we were asking both questions, and
Yeah.
we were talking. He said Kyrie. We
No,
were
I
talking.
said, what do you? I said, if you had one word to describe the Celtics, he said they're murderers, like the Canton Police Department.
Yes, that was it. This
Yeah.
this Celtics team this year, and he said they're murderers like Canton Police Department, and that video went viral, and
Yeah.
everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted us on their channel. Well, they wanted JFK because they didn't know I was behind the camera holding it. But at the time, when young Mikey JFK and Mikey had history, JFK said, "All right, no, it's a no-brainer. I'm going on Young Jerks," and it was history from there.
But
But
let me just add to that right quick, James. I just want to say something, right? Is that the first trial, like even when you heard all the evidence and stuff, right? About, the dog bites and this and that, but you still didn't know exactly what happened. You know that he got beat up in the house, but when the trial's going on, with me, as soon as I seen Higgins get on the stand and talk, spoke what he spoke on, I said, there it is. And that's what made me go extra hard on this case. As soon as I heard Higgins and seen the waterfall footage, and it's all documented, go watch my first videos back in June of 2024, like the very first ones, or when I was on the Young Jerks of 2024. Right when I seen the Higgins testimony and I seen the heel toe, is when I said, bingo, this is what happened. And now I'm sold 1000%. And that's where that's where I stood on it.
oh yeah. I mean, after we saw that video with the waterfall, I don't think it ever left our mind once that Karen Reed was 100% innocent of this. We stayed at the waterfall. We know that something, in order for a third party to be involved, it would have had to been started somewhere, right? So it started at the waterfall, and that's just where JFK and I stayed the whole, I would say, first and second trial. Second
Yeah,
trial, it played a
for
big
sure.
it played a big role. The
Well,
water.
and not only that, his testimony. Just watching his testimony, how he was lying. I didn't say goodbye to anybody. And then I got the phone. I went to my federal friend to get the phone taken apart and the SIM cards. And if I would have threw it away, and I don't know where I went, and the whole him reading the text messages and just everything about it. Just looking at Higgins, that's when I was sold on it. So people got to be, you got to put yourself back into that space and time, like we're doing with the Eddie O'Brien. You can't just go on. Well, hey, I knew Karen was not guilty from the jump. Yeah, we all did, but I can assure you, everybody I talked to all said the same thing. Why didn't she knock on the door? Why didn't she go back for him if she was so worried? And before the trial came out, and you didn't really know the testimony of everybody, you were asking them questions because you didn't know how involved or how uninvolved she really was. You know
Right.
that she might have not killed him. You know that she might have not beat him up. But
Did
did
she
she
know
see
anything
anything?
else?
Did she hear
Exactly.
anything?
Yes.
You didn't know that for a fact until you
Right.
seen the trial.
Exactly. And those are the questions that we would ask, like, what was said in the car, or, because these are things that if something was said in the car, like everybody just wanted to paint this picture that it was just a peachy ride over there and it was great. And Jen McCabe was saying, yeah, they're having a cake. There's some leftover cake, John. Would you like some? R.I.P. John O'Keefe. Don't get it twisted ever. Um, but yeah, it wasn't just laid out like that, that simple, because you think a simple life, and people leaving a bar and coming to your house. You don't think of some, crazy scenarios such as what just, what happened the last prior years to this. But yeah,
And
man.
then you get the then you go you fast forward to 2025, right? A couple of months ago, right? In July, whatever it was, and LTL gets the garage footage when she's trying to tell the cops the side of the story,
Yep.
and they won't let her tell the side of the story. Now imagine that would have came out back then. You know what I mean? Like that video wasn't out at the beginning of the first trial when she was trying to tell them the story. They never pulled that. They pulled that 2 years later. And
Right.
when you see her trying to tell the story, maybe that's where she was going to talk about Higgins. You know, maybe she never got a chance to say anything about Higgins, and maybe that's just the way it unfolded. But during that time, in that space and time of both trials, it always was our question and plenty others, because we took countless phone calls and talked to so many people, and they all said the same thing. Why didn't she ever mention Higgins, especially how involved Higgins was in the death of
Yeah,
John O'Keefe?
and that's a great point. How do you know she wasn't going to mention them? Because when you're in those type of situations, I mean, speaking from experience of, when cops have you in the cell and they're trying to question you, they don't give a shit if your lawyer told you not to speak a couple days prior, a couple hours prior, even if that. They're still gonna try to finagle a way to have you talk. So you volunteering information to them, they're gonna let you talk. They're not gonna tell you be quiet. They told her be quiet because they knew it was being recorded and they didn't want her to say nothing. And
No,
then
they
they
didn't want her to add to that.
right.
They didn't want her to have a statement on wax, so to speak,
Yeah.
of, yo, this is what happened, because it would have been documented of June of 2022 that when she got upcharged, that she had this story, and it would have been documented. And they had plenty of time from June till May, or excuse me, until April of 2024 to investigate what she was saying, and they never did. They never, you know what I mean, from the horse's mouth. They now we don't want to hear your story. You know why? Because they already know the story. They already know what happened, and she was going down for it regardless. So, like you said, anybody else, they would have said, "Yeah, go ahead, let's talk." And she said, "I'll have my lawyer present." You know, at first they try to spin it like, "Well, your lawyer doesn't want you to talk."
Right.
Well, she was like, "What do you mean?" "Yes, my lawyer does want me to talk with him here. You just said your officer who read me my rights in that video said, "Hey, if there's a lawyer present, would you like to talk to us?" And she was like, "What do you mean? Can I get my lawyer right now and we can talk?" "Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, let's talk. Let's have a conversation." And what's his name? Buchanan said, "No, no, we're not doing that. No, you can do that tomorrow." And then it's back to the upcharge. Now, next thing you know, it went from manslaughter to murder. And once that happened, once they jumped it up to murder, now the price of your lawyers go way up, right? The whole dynamic of the case goes in a different direction. And now this little story that you have is not really that important at this point. It is, but now it's about experts, and it's about, yo, it's your life is on the line, period. You possibly could get life and never get out. So now things are different. And then, next thing you know, the trial comes up, and she never got to speak her truth and never got to write that statement. And that's exactly what they wanted her. They wanted a railroader.
Yeah, yeah, and the other thing too is Buchanan knew which cameras when and where to talk and what, because I didn't want the other officer say to her, you can't you can talk, but we're not going to take a statement. So basically, he wanted to know what she was going to say. Goddamn well, they wanted to know what she had to say, but they weren't going to do it in front of a camera that had a recorder. You know what I'm saying? They were going to wait till they had her booked, fingerprinted, and put in the cell, or maybe somewhere where
He
a
said
camera.
he read her rights. He read her rights, and he said, "If you wish to talk to us with a lawyer present, do you want to talk to us now?" And she went over the rights, kind of went back over the rights to the cop and was like, "Yeah, can my lawyer be present?" And the booking officer was like, "Yeah." And then Buchanan cut him off and was like,
Yeah,
"No,
yep,
your lawyer doesn't want you to talk to nobody," as if she was saying she wanted to talk to them without a lawyer. right? Now we both know, to your point, that even if she went ahead and started talking, they would have definitely let her talk without a lawyer. But as soon as you have counsel, if you are a straight cop and the lawyer does, chime in and say, listen, if once you arrest my client, we're not answering no questions, don't question her. By law, the cops, even if the defendant wants to speak, once the lawyer, you know, lets it be known that I'm representing, this is my client, no questions, you can't question her. But she told him, the booking officer, yeah, my lawyer wants me to talk with him here. Call my lawyer. Can I speak to my lawyer? And nah, you could talk to your lawyer tomorrow, after you're already booked and you're in the holding cell. So they could have easily called Yannetti up. Hey, she's saying that she wants to give a statement. And they could have made that happen, but they didn't because they knew what the story was going to be. And they didn't want that story out there that early. They wanted to make it seem like she was accepting it and that she was guilty. And the crazy part about it is that that video would have came out then, that could have helped her big time,
Yeah,
quick, fast.
absolutely. Because then he would have been questioned. Well, oh, you mean you're saying if she got to speak and say what she wanted to say?
Yeah. Well, even if she still was in the video saying that she had a story. So it's not this made up conspiracy. You got to
Right.
understand, it seemed like a made up conspiracy when a year goes by. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Cuz but you're talking about 120 days. And 120 days, she's saying after she gets upcharged and she's back in the presence of the police, right? And he's a police officer. And at first she gets charged with the manslaughter, in that February. And then even in between that time, she still was trying to get the story out at motions that it was somebody else. There was a person who came forward. But now here you are, you're getting cuffed, getting charged with murder. And you're saying, listen, I want to give you my story. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something about the murder of a cop. I want to tell you what happened. Can I tell you my side? And they're like,
Right.
no, we know what happened. You did this. Like, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
if even if they didn't get her statement, my point is that if they would have played that video, like, look, she was ready to tell whatever they needed to hear, and they wouldn't take her statement.
That shit is wild. Because who knows what she would have said. And even if she said something that could have helped him, why would you refuse information? That's why I still believe that he didn't refuse that information, and maybe she got to speak to him, but it just wasn't on the record you
No, I
know
think she just went right in the cell. He tried to bamboozle her, bro. Like, your lawyer doesn't want to do this. Listen to your lawyer. You're being anxious. You're being overzealous. Go in the cell. You get to handle it all tomorrow. We're here to help you, not hurt you, James. We're on your side, buddy. Don't worry about it. We get it. We get it. You didn't do it, James. We understand. Get in the
Yeah.
cell. Okay, here's a cheeseburger. Okay, good night. You'll be on a 500,000 cash tomorrow. Good night, James.
Wow.
One of them things, the good cop shit. He was trying to be like, I treat you with respect, right? Like, I treat everybody with respect. That's what I do. I treat people with
Give
respect
you a
that respect
cheeseburger.
me. Shut the fuck up. Listen, even if someone's treating you like shit, you should treat them with respect because that's your job. Your job is not to pass judgment when someone's in that situation. That's just a fact.
Yeah. 100%, Jimmy. What's that? Jermaine. He silenced her. He silenced her for sure. Um, but yeah, man, it's just wild.
Well, here's the thing, James, to add to that again, right? Is that okay? They didn't use it in the criminal trial, but it's back to what you said earlier, timing. That's something they could definitely use in the civil trial.
Yeah. And will they? I mean, probably. They'll say it
They
right
should.
there.
They should because the narrative will be, well, the story started evolving within time,
Right. Yeah.
So
You
it's
know,
like, well, no, it didn't evolve,
she tried to speak to you guys in the beginning, but you wouldn't let her, and it's right
Bingo.
here on video that you would not let my client speak to
In
you.
that space and time, being
Right.
cuffed and stuff. What do you see there? Do you see, is that a guilty person that wants to give statements? Guilty people want to give statements?
Look at what's his name, just giving pleading out guilty to chopping up his wife, Brian Walsh. I mean,
Yeah.
that's That's got to be the most craziest case ever. Well, not craziest case, but to say that, and plead guilty to that, and then say I didn't kill her though, but I chopped her up. Do
Right.
you think a jury's gonna think that you're not capable of killing somebody, but you're capable of chopping her up, but you're not capable of killing her?
But that's the mind fuck. That was the whole plan. The plan is, okay, he's guilty of doing that, dismembering a corpse, right? But can you by law, beyond a reasonable doubt, say that he killed her? So now it's like, well, he's gonna do 20 years for that. So beyond a reasonable doubt, we can't. So he can fuck around and get 20 years and be out. He's only 50, he'll get out when he's 70. So if they beyond a reasonable doubt, like if you get the jury that just goes with the play, and take the moral compass out of it, like everything you're saying, well, dude, if he could chop her up, he could kill her. Yeah, but James, can you really say he did it? Like, do you know for a fact he did it? And it's like, we don't. We find him not guilty. And then it's a game. That's the game they're playing. They're gambling like a motherfucker. They got 500 on red, bro, hoping them zeros don't hit.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. The jury isn't aware of him pleading out too, right? He pled out before the jury was assigned to his to
I don't
figure
know.
the
That's a good question. I don't know if I don't think the jury is aware that he pled guilty to
yeah, I
that.
don't think because I think if he pled out, they couldn't bring it up during the trial that he pled out.
Yeah, so mate, so that's a pretty good defense.
Yeah, but I mean, still, man, like you, I mean, I'm not on the jury. Honestly, none of us in the chat are on the jury. If you heard somebody tell you, I got nervous and I didn't know what to do, so I just, I chopped her up, but I didn't kill her. Are you gonna look at that person like they're sane still and be like, all right, well, that's all you did was chop her up? You didn't kill her? You just chopped her up? All right. All
It's
right.
a, it's a, it's very. I mean, I look at it. If you were gonna ask me what was gonna happen to him, I would say 100% he's getting found guilty. It's a wrap. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got found not guilty in this space and time because things are just ass backwards, man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts if I can't see 12 people saying he's not guilty, agreeing to that. So he's gonna get found guilty. He's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get fucked up. And you know,
Oh man. Yeah, he's gonna get
yeah,
I
they're
mean
not gonna like him. He's just a weirdo. He's not gonna get along with people. He's not. That's the thing. He's not like he's. That's the thing. Certain people in the joint, they don't have what it takes to make it in there. A lot of weirdos do time, and it's not even that they did bad crimes. Like technically, he chopped up his wife. Like that's not a violation. Like you know what I mean. People do weird. He snapped right. Like that's he didn't rape her or nothing, right? Like so, you know how the jail rules go. But he's just a weirdo. So he's not, he's who's he gonna sit at the table with? Like he can't relate to kids up there. So he's just gonna have trouble regardless, whether he was in there for a chop shop. Damn disclaimer, and
damn,
no pun intended, no
right?
pun intended. But I mean. Even if it was some stolen car shit, he would still have a rough bit up there, just based on the way he acts, the way he moves, just looking at him. You could just tell he's a weird dude.
Yeah. The other one dry snitching on himself, talking about he was, he's seen Brian Walsh all day. And so let me just tell you guys that don't know if he saw Brian Walsh all day when he was in the same prison as him, chances are he was on the same cell block as him. Chances are that cell block was not medical. I don't think Brian Walsh had to be in medical that long. And Jay, they don't give you a medical that long nowadays. I mean, even back in the days, you were there for what? Maybe a week, 7 days until the TB test. No pun intended. Until the TB
Yeah,
test came
I
back.
mean, we know, man. We know that situation. He was in medical, man. Medical emergency, bro.
Yeah. So
You
I
know.
guess that's what he's trying to get that interview with. That would be a great interview for sure. Having him, and as far as who knows, maybe they
Who's
should.
trying to get the interview? Tuberculosis trying to interview dude?
Yeah, he went to his court. His yesterday was it? No, Friday. He went there or Thursday.
Well, maybe if he would have fucking what do you call it? Got on this case, instead of fighting with everybody
Nah, he
and
was
fuck.
locked up with him, bro.
Well, what I'm saying is he did the interview. I'm saying like as far as he should have been on that case from the jump. not jumping on it at the tail end, you
Right.
know? I mean, that's just stupid work for him, you know? Like, I mean, whatever, man. God bless him, man. You know what I mean? Do your thing, buddy. You know, I don't give a fuck, man. If you know, like, I really don't give a fuck about that dude, to be honest with you. But, you know what I'm saying? On all levels, man. He's just a weirdo, you know, straight up, you know? But you put,
Yeah, no,
you
I
know,
just
you clean dirt with dirt, man. You know, you get mud, you know, and that's all that comes down. You can't keep trying to clean dirt with dirt, man. Things get muddy, you know, just like Eddie, in the words of Eddie O'Brien, we're not the ones to sling mud. We try to stick to facts, and you know we got backlash for sticking to facts. And the fact is, if you you know weaponize people, try to blackmail people, and do people dirty, I don't give a fuck what it is. You know, whatever level how you look at it. You know, if it's something as simple as just talking shit behind your friend's back, you know, and putting a narrative between friends and having that awkward space between a group of people, when it comes out, you're going to be in violation and people are going to ask questions, and you're going to be put, you know, you're going to be put to the test, meaning people are going to be like, yo, what's good? Why you being like that? So it's no difference if you record somebody or, you know, whatever it might be, snitch somebody else. It's the same type of shit. Don't try to weaponize and, you know, be dirty and sling mud. That shit ain't cool, man. Keep that clean energy. That clean energy is different. And that's what they wanted to lead you believe in this community. Oh, everything's clean. It's all for the good. It's all about justice. Nah, it's not about that. It's never about that. It was about drama, you know? It started turning into drama, and that's just what it is, and that's where they're at right now. They're at, you know, they're living in that world, and now he's trying to clean it up, and you can't. It's hard to clean mud, baby.
absolutely it is. I mean, can't do it with a broom, not a brush broom, but you know, and I hear a lot of people say, "Well, what case are you covering?" Or, "I wish you would cover this case." And you know, his thing is, "I can't because I got so much stress." But it's like, man, you never covered cases before, Karen Reed. You just, you know, beat the next man down, woman down, and that's what he did. He beat down, but whatever. So back to that, we're talking about now going forward that it's okay to be okay with people that put you in jail. And you know, I mean, this was, I don't know if there's a date on this video. I'm sure there is. This was, we should have the date, right, Jay, on the video that I'm looking at.
Yeah, you got to zone out of that. You got to like totally like it's
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like at
looking
the
at the
bottom of the
video.
video. Yeah, you could probably see. Yeah, it's at the bottom, like in the description. When you hit the description, it should be like right underneath it.
See how far back this was. This was. I could just go to a comment.
I mean, it's
Oh
it's
no, it says
it's
right here.
during it's during the time it's during the into the second trial. It's probably right after the.
It says
It's
streamed
probably like sometime in
1 year
the summer of
streamed one,
2024.
yeah, streamed 1 year ago. I go over the Commonwealth process of the setup out on bail. So I can only see. Let me see. I'll open the whole thing. This was basically the description, and this was JFK. I go over the Commonwealth process of the setup out on bail. Best believe
Says
the
it right
court.
there, bro. It says October 2nd, 2024.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah, October
Yeah.
2nd, 2024.
Yep. So this was like
A
a
little bit
year.
over a year ago.
Yeah. So out on bail, best believe the courts in mass have a creative way to get you lugged and get you locked back up when you're out on bail. You know, and that's one thing we talked about a lot was being out on bail. That shit is not fun, man. You don't want to be out on bail fucking
Well,
around.
think about it. You're a DA. You know that all we got to do is arrest them on like basically the
Yeah.
same crime, and we can hold them without bail, and then that will put him in a position where he's already in jail, or she's already in jail, and now it's like you're fighting the case from the inside, and then you give up, and then a green sheet comes in front of you, and it's like, hey, listen, you already got 2 months in, do another 6 and we'll let you out. And then you start signing papers, right, to get out. And it's just like you want to put it behind you. Your mentality changes from fight to flight, or fight to like, let me just, or just get comfortable. It's crazy. It's a mind fuck, man. And unless you've been through it, you know it. If you've never been through it, you probably don't understand it. But it's like if you still have the case, if they're piling on you, the Commonwealth's piling on you, and even if you get out on a bail after 3 months, you still gonna have to fight the case. So they'll come to you like, listen, we'll back up off you if you do this, this, and that right now. Take this probation or something, and usually that's what it is, right? You end up on bail. They come at you with a big Buck Rogers probation package. Take 3 years probation, 3 years suspended, and you sign the sheet just to get out, and just so you don't have to go back and forth to court no more. And then you get a probation officer,
How
and
many
then
times
it's a
have we seen people say, you know what, I'm already here. Like you said, it's a mind fuck. I'm already here. I've already got 3, 4 months in. I'm in bid mode now. You know what? I'm not signing shit. I'm not going out on no probation. I want to walk out of here a free man. No probation, no parole, no nothing. So they kind of it's like nurture you to either take the bid or take the deal. The deal, and I seen a lot of people like growing up. We taking deals. How many times? I mean, not deals, but
I
just
mean, if
finish
you're
out.
already in the cell and you already got your
Right.
cellmate and you're already comfortable,
Yep.
right? If you ain't got to go anywhere else, I mean, but most of the time you got to go somewhere else, though. So, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it, like I said, if they're piling on you and they're telling you, hey, this is as good as it's gonna get, you might sign that green sheet
You might fuck around and sign a green sheet. You never know. I mean, god damn. You never
for
know.
real.
This shit right here. Becky G said I ain't going out like that. Well, Becky, you
Like
know what?
yours. And that's the best
God bless you.
revenge, bitch. You're a little man, and your life will always suck because of you.
Oh,
You're a rat.
goddamn, Mikey,
And you're not ruining my life
you're
because
a
my
rat,
life is still
Mikey.
fucking good.
Ah,
Unlike yours.
that's it, Becky. Our life is still good, unlike theirs, and
Yep.
that's the bottom fucking line. Yeah. So I mean, this video I can go further playing it. It's basically, us talking about him getting locked up and being out on bail and everything we're talking about now. But now he's become friends with the person that put him in jail, has him out on
Oh, is
bail.
that the point of this video? Is that what
Yeah,
we're doing here?
yeah. So I mean, you
God damn, James Jackson.
I'm breaking it down. Like, I mean, they want to play. What's his name? The boy from Dallas has got her teamed up on his show. So it's like, god
Oh,
damn, man.
little Ralphie.
Yeah, little Ralphie. So I know you were live last night. You missed this shit, huh? He went live.
Nah, I don't watch that fucking
I
crap.
know, I know you've been doing, and that's why, like, I hate to even bring it up, but it's weird how shit comes up because when it came up yesterday, I'm like, oh wow, this is weird.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me little Ralphie had who did he have on the show? Meredith?
No, he had Lindsay, the
Wait a
girl
minute.
who put TV in jail. The girl
What?
TV calls yeah, bro. The girl TV calls the fake. So
Wait a
to
minute. The
break it
fake
down,
victim. He had the fake victim. Little Ralphie had the fake victim on his show.
little Ralphie had the fake victim on his
And wait a
show.
minute. Wait a minute. And this dude tuberculosis is cool with that?
Allegedly, so she put up a post on Twitter saying that he's
Oh, Jesus Christ.
this is what I mean, man. I know I didn't want to bring yeah, you're gonna be like, God
I
damn.
mean, dude, how is that even like? Yo, listen, man. Like, how is that even like?
I,
First off the bat, did the dude Ralphie ever show his face yet? Did he ever show his mug?
nah, he hasn't shown his face
How do
yet.
we like? I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like, who's he? Who the fuck is he?
Well, it was
Period.
funny because Jay, during his live, I inboxed him and I told him what this, I said, ask it, and he wouldn't. But what he did say, Ralphie, if you're watching, what's up, Ralphie? I know you're watching because
Of course, he's Ralph
he
watching.
said,
I think.
I seen you in that hotel, James. I'm like, damn, Ralphie, are you in the hotel somewhere looking around and shit? But no, he's like, I seen you in the hotel, James. Stop inboxing me.
Oh
All right,
wow! Ooh, scary boy. So scared of you, buddy.
you're gonna let them know I inboxed you, but you won't say what I inboxed you, right? So then I sent it to her thing, and I'm like, if you, because the name of the show was Truth Tour. I mean, she's on her truth revenge, like she's getting back at all these people that thought she was bad, and she's out here trying to make amends with everybody. And like show that she's here to. He calls TB the goat. She's here to help the goat, and I just wanted to make sure she said the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God, and I
Mm.
didn't hear all truth on there. So it's just weird, Ralphie, because we've been doing this for a while and we got these videos here where you say we went against him. And now this is a whole goddamn live stream based on how this happened.
I mean, keep in mind though, like it's back to the irreplaceable. I mean, excuse me, the interchangeable parts though. Like what happened to tuberculosis and Karen? We always said this is a front row seat to corruption. You know what I mean? And we going back 30 years now talking about the Rileys of the prosecution in the Middlesex County who did Eddie O'Brien, allegedly did Eddie O'Brien dirty. And then there's Artie's guys, third party culprits. So this been front row seat. Charles Stewart when they arrested the black man for his crime. Sean Ellis. That was just a front row seat, and that's just another tentacle attached to the Karen Reed case. What happened to tuberculosis and that girl, whatever her name is. But the thing is, like, that's what they'll do. When they really want their man, right, or their woman, and if you're not out of sight, out of mind with them, and you make it easy for them, and you're in the scope, they'll get creative and they'll find a way to lock you the fuck up. And that's all we ever said. That's all we ever said, and that's just a fact. You know what I mean? And that's no knock on anybody. So like when I was going over that particular case about TB and about what happened, it was just crazy because she, like, I forget exactly how I worded it, what I was going over at that time. I really forget. But if it's in that video about
Yeah.
how she wasn't a witness, but they charged him with witness intimidation or some shit, but she wasn't even he wasn't even indicted yet, but
No.
they charged him with witness intimidation. I forget how it went or something like
They,
that.
they, they got very creative with that. And
Yeah.
that thing where if I was him, I wouldn't even care if she said, I'm going to help you because the state will find a way to
Well, they
make sure.
already dropped it.
Oh, they dropped the
They
case with.
dropped that case. I thought they already dropped that
No,
case with
no,
him.
I
I
don't
mean, at
think.
the end
I
of the
don't,
day, that goes without saying, right? Like,
no, no, I don't think he dropped the case yet with her and him.
no, they did. Yeah, they did. They
So
dropped
what
it.
the fuck is she still helping for? I
Well,
mean, I don't.
obviously they dropped it. They would have to drop the case if she's helping him or they're talking, right? I mean, he was on the. I seen him when she was on Spaces and said that crazy comment to you that I didn't
Yeah,
agree
yeah,
with.
yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, that wasn't not just not agree with it. I think that shit was bogus. I think that
Well,
shit
the
was
crazy
wrong.
thing is, you know how that came about, how why I even asked you because I
I mean,
couldn't.
let me tell you something. I'm never gonna let anybody live that shit down.
No,
Like, you call my friend, you guys are saying justice for his girl who passed away from liver failure, man.
what does that
You know
mean?
what I'm
Just
saying?
like,
Like, you can't, like that, like, I don't like that shit. I have a friend, I have two, let me tell you something. The tentacles attached to that, I have a friend that I just lost about 5 months ago in July. Talked to him on the phone. My boy Kenny, he passed away from liver failure at 46. He was on the phone. I talked to him. He was gone in a week. All right. A good friend of mine from Queens, New York, RIP Kenny Randall. Great kid. Good
okay,
dude. Died fast from that shit. And then on top of that, my other boy, I'm not gonna throw his name out because he's still alive or whatever, but he had a liver transplant. So
mm,
and he's one of my good friends. That's my dog. And I was there when he called me up, like, "Hey, I'm going in to get my liver." Like it was a crazy operation. I just talked to him, and he's doing good. And like, so when you say like these things, like, a lot of people put wear and tear on their bodies, and God bless everybody. Keep your body right. We try to do good for our bodies, but you never know what's killing you, man. You just never know what's killing you. And so when people started saying that, just because, oh, James Jackson's asking questions, well, we want to ask questions about what happened to James' girlfriend. It's like, at the end of the day, your presence of mind, your state of mind when you came into this was to tell people about yourself. It was like, hey, listen, man, I'm coming in here talking about this case because I know a little bit about the Commonwealth. I'm fighting to try to get my son custody. I have a baby's mother that doesn't agree with me, my children's mother, excuse me, whatever. It's not because I'm a deadbeat dad, it's just because she doesn't like me. And
mm,
that's always an issue. When your children's mother just don't like you, don't believe in you, they can make it hard for you, and that's a fact, right? Bingo. At the end of the day, and it's no different than that's how you came in, your state of mind. And then your state of mind was, hey, I had a rough paper route with addiction, and I'm getting my life back together with that. I'm reclaiming that. And then you came in and you talked about Lauren and said, and I'm getting over the fact that I just lost my girl suddenly. And you came in with the state of mind, the presence of mind, to tell people and be transparent. And then they played mind games and try to throw that against you. And that's sucker shit. That shit got nothing to do with this, nothing to do with that. You guys can say meth and turkey and say all these dumb things or whatever, but at the end of the day, um, your calm is your conscience, and that shit ain't gonna age too well. Trust and believe that. What you guys are doing right now, whether you agree with me, you don't agree with me, all this drama you guys are doing, all that shit you're doing, how you're trying to weaponize and use your platforms to hurt people, it's not gonna age well. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that.
Fact, man. And just hearing all that, it's like we've been through, I've been through, you've been through a hell of a lot just trying to give every night, give everybody our all every night, to go live, to entertain, to engage, to just talk with people and to be out there and then to be honest too. And that was my main thing when I came in here. I was very honest with everybody. Like I was even honest with JFK. I told him straight up, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like him and I have worked together. We've live streamed together, so he knew that I knew how to live stream. He knew all that, but at the time, mind frame thinking, and then knowing TB was the face of it. I'm like, me and him had some shit during 2018. He didn't care about any of that. He's like, this is what you need. And it helped me to be to get where I'm at today, which I'm grateful for. It helped me to see things differently. It helped me to meet great people. It helped me to meet all you guys, who are here each night that rock out with us. And it just gave me a better outlook on life in itself. So my point is, if you want to sit there and say bad things about me, it doesn't matter. No, like bad things about me, like you said earlier, you hear it, and then so it just like almost like it fades away. You don't care no more. It's like after a while, it doesn't mean nothing anymore because you know it's not true. You know you're not living that life. Like last week, we were just in Miami, living it up, having a good time. People are still talking about us on the internet, and it's like that where were they? On their couch watching us in Miami talking shit. So it's like, well, who's really winning here? Um, and I'm on the side of good faith and just believing in then, a good outcome. So I don't have time to worry about who's against me, who's got something to say, what Twitter account is fake, and I try not to get caught up in all that bullshit. I'm happy with this the crew we got. You know, you don't got enough subscribers. Well, hopefully more people will see what's really going on. Um, and that's just what it is. You get to know us as who we are as people, and I don't think there's anything more real than that. A lot of these people, like for instance, like we were just saying, dude won't show his face. They won't even show you their face because they have an excuse. But they'll tell you how someone else looks. First of all, you can't do that because you're not showing your face. So how are you gonna make fun of how someone looks when we don't even know how you look? You know?
Yeah. I mean, he came into this. He came into this his own way, and he
Right.
grifted, and it's cool. He's making his money, he's making his super chats, and that's the way he did it. And they accepted him in it, and that's cool. The big dog, the goat, accepted that situation. But now, how I hear it, he wants to calm things down. He wants to move forward from it, right? And that's what he should have did from the jump, from the rip, from the start.
That's my point.
Could have been an easily group text message between all the creators.
Oh,
Like, hey, listen, let's all just chill, you know, and let's figure out a way to get this back. And keep in mind, The very next day after we had our kumbaya, our kumbaya moment, and I did my customer service to tuberculosis. I said, listen, I said, you got kids. I don't want to see nothing happen to you. I said, going further, if anything, I would want to build. I would want to build, you know what I mean?
Right.
And do greater things, stuff like that, And that was my customer service, trying to be a good guy. Like, may I help you, sir? How you doing, sir? Oh, the TVs are over here, sir. Would you like more bread on the table, sir? That was my customer service, but I'm not good at customer service. So that shit went out the window.
No,
Because the
you
very
are.
next day,
You're not. Let
the,
me just
the,
say real quick, you are, but you're not good at customer service when people are throwing shit back at you. You know,
right. The next day, there's a 3-hour stream on us about how we're no good and how we're dividing the community, and this was all strategic and this was all planned, and we went to the Wilbur Theater to divide the movement. Community is building community and community. Number one, community, you see something, you say something. And when we seen something, we said something. And they were like, no, you can't say anything in this neighborhood. And then we realized real quick we was on a month-to-month lease. So we fucking moved out of the community. And that's just basically what happened. And that's okay. You could still be a creator and be independent. And yeah, I get it. The First Amendment, I get it. You could be a piece of shit, go on Twitter and call people assholes, and you could be little Ralphie from Dallas and talk hellish shit. JF Bomb, he's a piece of shit. He's this, he's that. I mean, he talked about the funny thing about he talked about all this racist shit, saying that I'm racist, and then talked about the W word, and all you see is these other people, these other creators using that word. TB uses it. The other chick, the one that got her car repossessed, she uses it. Things like that. And it's like he ain't saying nothing about that. And he's and I'm pretty sure, quiet as kept, he's realizing how low key racist, and vile this community or whatever you want to call it really is, the underbelly of it. Because yeah, you can be vile and be that way, but here's the thing: we don't have to tolerate it. And we got that jewel from Talib Kweli. And he said to us when we were talking to him, he said, listen, the First Amendment is a beautiful thing, but you don't have to tolerate people being vile and pieces of shit. You don't have to tolerate it. And that's what it came down to. And did we do everything right? Am I saying everything we did was right? No, not everything we did was right. Maybe we shouldn't have fed into it as long as we did. But keep in mind, it was only the recorded phone call, whatever, came out the end of September, right? We took a break the first week of October for 9 days. So, and I'm 31 episodes into a whole other case. So tell me, from the beginning of October to now, who's been talking about it more, us or them? And I don't even want to say us or them, because that just sounds stupid. But the people, everybody knows who them people are. So of course they've been talking about a lot more than us, the drama. But you realize real quick that they were trying to take us out and shut down our business. And like I said, what he's trying to do now, quiet things down now, he could have did that from the jump, from the rip, from the start. But he wanted to destroy. He wanted to be that way. And now he doesn't like the way it feels and he wants to change it up. But I think there's no change in it now. And that's because he cleaned dirt with dirt, and it's muddy now, and mud's different than dirt.
they find out real quick how different the two are, and you know, it's like you said. Now they want to, okay, calm down. We need to calm down. Not calm down now, man. You riled all these people up. That's like, someone at a concert getting a mosh pit started. And then after everyone starts getting trampled on, they're like, yo, stop the mosh pit. It's like, wait a second, you just had us telling,
That's a
mosh,
great
mosh.
point.
Yeah. That's what I see it as. It's like all these people are attacking. And some people are not built for getting attacked every day. And it's not just content creators. Some of these people that just, maybe leave a comment or something. I seen our boy that does the AI songs for us. I seen he got, like, on Twitter, they started going at him, and I'm like, Man, this guy's a great guy. And shout out to Scott. He does all the videos there that you guys have been seeing with the key fob and um like the. Did you see the new one, Jay, with the fuckery donuts? I tagged you in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
me.
I seen it, man. I mean, I'm be honest with you, man. Like, you got me on a good night talking about this, but I'm not even trying to even give, because now little Ralphie Ray, I try my best not to give these people any content, at all, because
I know.
they're gonna spin shit, talk shit, and I'm not playing victim. This is
Right.
not JFK playing victim. This is me speaking my truth and speaking the facts. The fact is, we tried our best to bring the truth, which we did, and then we tried to calm everything down by taking a break. And when we did take our break, everybody still kept it going, So whatever, what are you gonna do? And I'm not talking about it. I'm on my show talking about other cases. Believe me, I could be going in every night, but I don't.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You could and and that just shows you even more how much of an asset we were because now we're just still being talked about, but in a different light. But then, I heard the other day how JFK, he's actually a really good, he really, he knows how to interview and he's just very good at what he does. But, he just had to stay caught up. I think it was like a bus stop live I seen or on Twitter or something, but he was talking good about you. But then
Talking with both sides of his mouth.
you
I
just had
mean,
they had to stay caught up on that tape, that
yeah.
wire thing. It's like, no, we didn't stay caught up
That
on it.
wasn't even the thing. That's the thing. It's the point of it, bro. It's the power that you have, that you have, how you it takes a certain person in the position of power not to abuse power. Don't let that go over your head. It takes a certain person who's in power not to abuse power. And all I seen was a dude who had power, and that's what he was doing. He was abusing his power to turn this into a shit show. And I seen the writing on the wall, and I wanted no fucking part of it. And I gave Karen, we collabed, me, Karen, James, Kev, we collabed for her to come in the chat and just speak her truth. That's it. Say what you got to say. I wasn't trying to shut anybody down. That's totally the opposite. Was just trying to let everybody know we're not backing down. That's different from trying to take people down.
Right.
Taking people down is different from letting people know we're not going to back down. We got down to the bottom of it. We talked to koalas, we talked to flipperheads, we talked to kangaroos, we talked to everybody around the sun, and then we talked to the woman herself, and we talked to a turtle. And we got down to the bottom of it. And we said on our show, this is between, even on the Karen Reed live, we said, this is between him and her. When she's ready to speak on it, cool. But this is what's going down. This is her feelings. This is that. And he just got so upset, so mad that, it became the hood boogers. She went on the hood boogers and this and that. And right in the narrative that that she like she's out of bounds for what she did, like she's totally wrong for what, and she's not. She actually went, if it's a community, ladies and gentlemen, if it was a community, like they said, by community, everybody would have spoke on it. By community, you know, by community, you help each other. By community, this house don't have Christmas gifts. By community, everybody chips in a gift. You get the
Right.
tree, you get the turkey. By community, you would have had everybody speaking on it. The problem is, the only people in the community speaking on it was us,
Yeah.
right?
And now,
Everybody else decided just to shut up. And that's when we were like, hey guys, someone's breaking into cars in the neighborhood.
yeah. And now they got their gated community. And it is what it is. I guess we're what up, Boston Brandy? Luna, you better calm the
I mean, the last time I checked when we were speaking on that, it was the Free Karen Reed movement, And like I said, it wasn't so much about you can record anybody you want. I don't give a fuck. Hey, if you get caught doing it, it's a crime. So ain't a lot of things. I don't care about that. I'm not the judge. I don't give a shit about that. It's the way, it's the intent, your intentions. What are you trying to do? What's your end game? And that's the shit that's disturbing, especially when you're looking at someone from a different perspective. You're thinking like, hey, people are leveling up. People are doing big things. You're walking out of Wilbur's. You're at the, the casino. Everything's good. Everybody's happy. Things are looking better now. And then you take it all the way down to that. You're going on radio stations, platforms, dumbing the shit down. Looking at it from one side, playing the victim, making it all about you and not realizing what you're doing. You're dumbing down the whole situation because now everybody looks dumb. JFK looks dumb, James looks dumb, and so on. Because now who's looking at us? They're looking at us. Higgins is looking at us. Jen McCabe's looking at us. Like, look at these guys. They can't even get along. Look, they're talking shit about each other. And then, and if you don't think it was like that, then look at the money that was raised by these people. The fact of the matter is, people out there that don't know, it is. A lot of people think Karen Reed did this. You do know that, right? Like a lot of people think Karen Reed killed John O'Keefe and got away with it. So that's
But
why
there's
we were like,
that
we
side of people. As much as there's a side of people like us that don't think she did it, don't get it twisted. There's also that side that believes that she did do this, and
big time,
you know,
big time. There's a huge side of it. We was on a radio station talking about Higgins, and the person we were talking to, they thought that she was guilty.
yeah, that's a
So I
fact.
mean, it's like, what you got to understand what I'm saying, people, or to the people that are watching on the replay crew, wherever you're at. That is why it's very imperative not to put out any miscommunication like you're against somebody or there's another layer to it. Like, hey, I recorded because of, or, I'm against her because of, like there's another layer to it. Like she's not a trustworthy person. She's a piece of shit. Because if she's a piece of shit, she's not trustworthy and she abandoned her fan base. Then why did she do that? Maybe she was guilty to begin with. And maybe she played everybody. So don't put them narratives out. You can't do that because you're going to make everybody look stupid in their beliefs.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do now too. And to say like just to touch on the money that the other side has raised, you got to understand too and look at it like this. There's about 6 or 7 of them, right? So they got what 70 G's. So that's about 10 grand each. There's only one Karen Reed. So the money she's raised, even if it's at 10 grand now, I would say, yeah. Does it on paper on billboards? Does it look like they're doing a lot better? Yeah, they got 70 G's, but like I said, there's 70 people. You know how much it costs an hour for an attorney between 7 people? I don't think that attorney's giving them all an hourly rate together. He's probably charging them individually. So you can look at it like that too, where she's neck and neck with them um each, not
I
as
mean, not just that though, man. Forget the little money that she raised now. Think about overall. She raised $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
she raised over that. She got over a million and something. They got 70 G's they just started raising. But I mean, that's whatever. That's like we say, that's a civil case. I think a lot's gonna come out in the civil case, and who knows? Maybe we'll hear a lot more too now that all these people are gonna be testifying. And I look forward to it. It's gonna be great content. I don't know why these people act like it's gonna be boring. There's gonna be nothing. This is gonna be everything we wanted to hear. All those sides.
Nobody say the only people that are saying that are the ones who shitted
Yeah,
on Karen Reed.
exactly. Well, you know what I'm saying. The people who did say it was gonna be like that, it's not gonna be like that.
I
It's
mean,
gonna
it's
be
this is
really
actually the best trial because you get to hear
interesting.
Karen Reed's side.
Yep. You get to hear what Karen wanted to say that day at the police station when Buchanan told her she can't speak. She wanted to speak back then, but now she's going to be able to speak. And I think it's going to work out for Karen and everything's going to be good with Karen. But as far as going forward, um, you've done great with the work with Eddie as far as just not even letting no bullshit, affect you and just keep going. Because I mean, they keep talking about us steady. I mean, I'm sure there's a channel playing right now talking about us. I don't know if there is. I'm just saying.
I mean, the fact that they call us hood boogers and all these different names, you got to understand. Like my thing is this: that where them names come from, where they drawing these names from. You know what I'm
What does it
saying?
mean? Well, so we kind of understand what the this is his patent, and we learned that too. It's funny. From 10 years ago, the shit Ali was telling that shit was I don't
I
even know.
mean, saying names like that, hood booger.
Yeah. So
Like what are you saying? Like what are you saying? Like what are you trying to say? Like read between the lines. You know what
shit,
I
man.
mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy to say them things and people and the crazy part about it is the fact is this, man. The 2021 tuberculosis would write an article on the 2025 tuberculosis, right? He would get Ratchet of the Year in 2021. The 2021, the poor behavior, Mr. Poor Behavior, everything about that guy right now is poor behavior. The shit that he say is not going to age well. It's just not going to age well. And and he knows it. And he's not a dumb guy. That's the thing, and it's a letdown, because you think that he turned the page, and you're thinking that he turned the page and he was because real people didn't like that brand. The real ones didn't like that brand. They were
No,
like, I don't really get into that, punching down on people that are sick and suffering. And I get it. Like some people see people high on drugs and messed up in the game and it is a choice, but it's also a disease. And that's always been the debate, right? Is it a choice? Is it a disease? Well, let's just say this. Based on the preponderance of evidence, ladies and gentlemen, it seems to me that it's a fucking disease because an addiction right, that it's tough, right? Yeah, we all make choices. I get all that. But, some people are tougher than others, and we'll just put it that way. So, to kick down his brand before was to kick down at people, and some things he wrote about, I guess, in his blogs, there might have been some truth to it, but his thing was always one sided, right? His things was, I'm gonna write a blog on somebody, and then if you want to redeem yourself, you can come on my show to redeem yourself. And that was his little skit, right? His little game. And
and even
whatever.
and even then, you didn't get to redeem yourself. Even you went on there and you got trashed, man. Like
Yeah. So that
nobody.
was his thing, and he made money. He would rap. Listen, if I get $200, I'll do a rhyme, and he would rap. And he says he's a hood booger, but yet he used to rap. So it doesn't even make no sense. Like when you really look at, like, if you look at the mental makeup of this dude, you know what I'm saying? It's running. His mental makeup is running. Let me say that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. His mental makeup is running. He's not that deep, and you're starting to understand how shallow this dude really is, and that's what's upsetting. It's like, wow, I thought there was another layer to this guy. I thought he was going to level all the way up. I thought, hey, shit, like, he stood up to these people. He went, he got indicted over this shit. He's fighting corruption. He's saying all this wild shit. I don't agree with some things he's saying, but he's doing it his way. And he's got people at the courthouse, and it's like, what's next? And this is what's next. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing what's next. So it's like, hey, this is the preview, man. This is the trailer, So it's like, hey, I don't want to see that fucking movie. Season 2 went to shit.
Becky G said calling it rap is being generous. When you said he used to rap for people,
Yeah, I mean, but that's my point. It's
right?
always been it's always been a mockumentary with him. It's always been mocking. It's always been like there's a problem with people who do hip hop, or people that are in culture, or people are from different things, different people who wear their hats different or wear their hair different. Like he could never make it in the South. In the South, it's black, it's white. In some places in the South, obviously, but it's not. There's diversity in some places, but like in some places just black and white, and he lives around diversity and or whatever. So I just don't think he likes, I don't think he likes, he's very uncomfortable. I don't think he would be very uncomfortable if his neighborhood was just all black, or if his neighborhood was all Spanish. He'd be very uncomfortable based on who he is. And that is something you got to fix, like, because everybody's human, man, at the end of the day, and it's like that's always been his brand. And to say that it isn't, like, just go back and watch the tape. But you thought at one point, You know, you had hope that he turned the page, and
Right.
now,
We did. We believed it.
yeah, and that's the letdown, right? And now you see what he's doing now, and it's like hood boogers, da 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 da, hood booger radio, talking shit, blah 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 blah. Everything is like like trying to discredit everything you do. Fake rapper, washed up rapper, James is a junkie. Like, wow, wow, really? So if you think that about us, I can imagine what you think about the poor dude who's homeless at the corner store.
Right. Or the or the guy that's you know, not white knight for you. But I mean, here we are, and this is just things change, life changes, and situations change. At one time he was at a point where he was the face of this, and this whole FKR movement. But I don't believe it's we free Karen Reed is free, so it's not really FKR. What do we call it now? We just call it a movement, or we just call it. Uh, I don't call it anything, to be honest
I
with you.
think
I
it was
call
overused. I think that they try to find something, it's that they overuse these words, man, and they use these words to have motion. I think it just is what it is. Call it what you want to call it, but it's not. I'll tell you this much: it's not real. It's not real. There was never ever love like they say it was.
it seems
That was
like
all. It was all
it was
fake
all
love.
for him. It was definitely fake love, and it was all for when it benefited him, and it still is. Like right now, it's benefiting him that you know the girl that he once called a fake victim is now called by her government name, her real name, right? And she is actually um, she's liked now. But before it was everybody hate her, kill, 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 murder, murder. It was all that crazy shit. And now it's look at her. She's doing great. She's doing great things for me. If she's gonna help me out, then you gotta lay off of her. And that's just what it is. I
But that's
mean,
what I mean. You're saying that about her, and you're saying that about other people who people should lay off. So why the fuck was it a go ahead green light to come after us? You know what I
right.
mean? Like, where's
Yep.
the 3 hour live streams against these other people who are saying other creators are liars? Like, I get it. See, the thing is, you can put the narrative with the recording, right? And I get it. Like, it's played out. It's a broken. You're beating a dead drum. I get it. Nothing's ever gonna change. People are gonna think what they think. That audience is curated to hate. I get it. I get all that. But and I'm not trying to convince that audience. I could care less what that audience thinks. The
Mm.
fact is this though, you know, it's not playing fair is playing fair whether you hate it or love it. Like fair is fair, right? Like and they got to be, it's like it's got to be fair, right? And it's like it's never been fair. And when I say that because you know, it's like, hey, don't attack this person, don't attack that person, but you green lighted on somebody else and you try to discredit them. And it's like, why? Why'd you do that? And it's like the recording is lame. I get it. And you say, well, it's because you guys talked about a recording, could have put him in jail. No, 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 no. Nobody, first off the bat, based on what I know about the law and how deep I go with the law, no one was ever going to jail for that shit. Because you can never ever prove who recorded it, right? You got to see the proof of it, right? And that was never going to happen, number one. But number two, right, n- let me be clear on number one first. Nobody ever want anybody going to jail. But number two, believe me when I tell you that recording was made to be weaponized, was made to make her look stupid sooner or later. I don't know where he was going to use it, where he was going to place it. The fact that everybody's saying, oh, well, it never came out and he never used it to weaponize against us. So why do you care? Well, that was his intentions though. And you just never know when it's gonna come out, right? And number three, you got a whole DA saying that you got a whole DA saying that he's gonna indict them on conspiracy of wiretapping. I mean of intimidating a witness.
Right. Even
And
if
now they got her phones. So why the fuck would you record her in the middle of that?
exactly. So even if that wasn't his intent, it is now. Now
It
it's a
is now. They
and
fucking know it. They
right.
know it.
And
Who got that recording? Does
I mean,
does the DA got that recorded?
last I mean, shit, this might be breaking news right now on the I mean, it's not breaking news because I heard it I seen it last night right before I was about to check in and go to bed. I seen something with Flip ahead that he's got a warrant out for his arrest on some wiretapping shit, and it
Mm,
was like the wiretapping with him and uh his girl, you want to call her his girl, the one that he met online.
mm.
Um, so it's like so those two are parallel to each other because they came out around the same time. Now he just called the cops on his ex, and I guess she's just doing what any citizen, civil, she's not, she's a citizen, right?
Right.
That's what she's cooperating with the law enforcement that was called on her, is what I was told. They were called on her, they came to her house, she's just cooperating, doing what citizens do. So it backfired, man. Like everything
But at
your
the end
mom,
of the day, if Karen Reed would have recorded TB, right? If the shoe was on the other foot, the same people who love tuberculosis would be upset. That shit is just a stupid move. And when in real time when it happened, we were hyped. Now I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give a fuck now. I don't care about all that. We get it. It's
right,
done. You know what I mean? Time passed. You go back. You look at it. But the way I reacted in the moment about my future, I'm not mad about that. Because in the moment, the way you react in the moment can dictate your future, right? And I'll tell you, in the moment, I reacted all right. I'm not mad at it. I don't regret it. I don't care about, oh, you're not cool with this one. Hey,
we weren't like
I
break.
don't care about that. I never gave a fuck about that. You know what I'm
No,
saying? But I took a break. We took a break, and we
yeah,
went on. And we moved on, and they everybody else showed. No one else made a pivot to anything else. Where's the pivot? People are saying Kelsey Fitzsimmons. It's funny. You screaming Kelsey Fitzsimmons. You love Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Okay, that's cool. Are you gonna call Kelsey Fitzsimmons a cunt?
right.
Right?
And that's
I
the thing.
mean, she
That's
may as
it.
well be a cunt then too. Part of my language, ladies. I'm sorry. See
Yeah.
you next Tuesday. Sorry, ladies. But
But
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
turn it
like
around.
we're
Like,
defending what, like, come on, like Kelsey Fitzsimmons fits the, this is where it gets messed up, and I say this, man. It all started with Francis Gigalotti
oh yeah,
because we started seeing the drama when there was 3 hour live streams against LTL and 3 hour live streams against Mikey Crawford, 3 hour live streams, petty streams, or whatever you want to call them, against Sean. But then in front of your face, right? In front of your face, you see a man, I can't breathe, help, help. 7 cops on his neck, Commonwealth of Massachusetts. No one says a word about it. And then when you bring it up every night, night in, night out, we're in the community, right? We're doing a movie in the Commons. There's a little spot in the community, the Commons. We're doing a movie called the Francis Gigalotti movie every night. We're playing it. Beautiful summer night. Everybody's on the grass watching. But the big dogs in the community, they don't want to watch the movie with us. They don't want to come down and watch. The ones in the bigger houses don't want to come down and join the rest of the community and watch the fucking Francis Gigalotti show because they need to see the autopsy report and they need to make sure it was what we seen or what we're saying it is.
yep.
And we're like, what do you mean? You don't
Ah,
see what the fuck you're seeing? So then we take it a step further, right, James Jackson? We jump in a car and we go to Haverhill and we talk to the people.
yeah. We
And
went
then we
up.
bring and then we bring that content to everybody. And we bring that content to everybody. The mother, the Becca, the aunt, too tall. We even went to Bradford Seafood and talked to the woman inside there. Got down to the bottom of it. Still, crickets. No one wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to go against everybody. So we started doing streams talking about it. Like, wow, why ain't I thought we were fighting for justice. I thought that's what this was about. We're in the community. We're in the commons at the end of the community gate watching this movie on the blow up screen. You guys don't want to do the justice thing no more. You guys rather talk shit. So right then and there, that's when I started turning. That's when I started making my turn. Like, wow, this is where you're at in the community. Now it's only a matter of time before they kick in your door and rob you for your shit.
Exactly. And then you have like people like this up on the screen, Murdoch. That's what he does. It's just words. It's how serious you take it. Well,
What
I
what
get what
happened?
you're saying, Murdoch. It's just words, right? But how serious I take it is when it starts to get serious, when it starts to become personal, when it starts to get intimate, when it starts to become about content about somebody you love who passed away, or just that's when it becomes serious. It's not about the case no more. It's not about whether I'm right or wrong saying I said, "Oh, this happened, but it really didn't." It's not about that no more. Now it's about my personal life and shit like that. Why? Because we ask questions. So come on, man. I get what you're saying, but I see everybody's going at Murdoch.
I mean,
Isn't
it's all good. You know what I mean? You got a point there. You know what I mean? It is just words. And I think we took the high road. We take the high road and we let the words bounce off us. But the thing is, when it's a constant, it's just constant and people are constantly coming at you and your credibility gets knocked down. That's not fair. When you turn around and say the Higgins phone call was AI. The Higgins phone call was because Higgins didn't have nothing else to do that night, so he just called the six string show. Or Higgins called the show because he didn't think anybody would be listening, right? Or I'm gonna make a T-shirt called Turkey and Meth. In the same breath, you heard a person. In the same breath, you heard the Turkey and Meth spawn, which is cool. It's funny. Turkey and Meth, fucking hilarious. It's so funny. I forgot to laugh. But anyway, right? But in the same breath, you heard the person saying, you heard my guy say to him, "Yo, why'd you say justice for Lauren? What does that mean?" He goes, "I just want justice for Lauren." And my man says, well, what's that mean, though, bro? Explain what justice for Lauren means. Because if you want justice for somebody, that means something foul play happened, right? So in the same breath, you heard that. But instead of speaking to that on your channel, you want to speak about the turkey and meth pot. But you forgot about that pot that was in the same breath. It was in the same breath, the same lines, the same song. But you want to take that one pot and say everybody needs to cheer up. Nah, because them ain't just words when you say justice. Them are accusations.
right?
That's crazy. That's crazy. When you try to kill people's credibility and what they came up and how and what their come up was like, you try to turn it into that it was nothing the way they clawed, but the way you clawed and climbed to get to where you are, that means the most. But the way we did it, that means nothing, and that's fake shit. Keep it fair. Don't try to attack credibility. Say, yo, let them speak. Let them speak. Let them say what they want. Take our word on it. Why not just tell your little crew of people who you were curating because they didn't say anything to begin with? So you know that you could easily tell them to keep being quiet and just sit back and take our word on it. And you don't have to. We're not threatening you to do that. We're not end all be all, but take our word and just let time pass. We took a break. Why couldn't you guys just take a break? But it was lives, not only from that person 4 or 5 times a week. You're talking about 3 or 4 other creators 4 times a week talking about it. And the crazy part about it is, as they're talking about it, we didn't say a word, and they're still spinning the narrative. We're the one that's keeping it going. So even like right now, us talking about it, the narrative's going to be spun that we're talking about it causing trouble. But the fact is,
We just touch back to it, and I'm sorry, JFK, if that if that does happen, because it's like we just circled back from it from what October of 2023, I think this video is from
nah, four, bro.
2024. I'm sorry, and we're just watching a video, and now everything in this video we're talking about is defending this guy. So here we
I
are.
mean, the bottom line is, right, James? I just say my take home point. My take home point is this. I'm gonna say it real fast. When you do dumb shit and it was supposed to be a movement in the community, and it makes everybody look bad. And if you don't think so, if you think that we're not up against anything, like once again, look at the fundraiser for Jed McCabe, Higgins, Brian Albert. People are giving them money. So I know everybody was on a high horse thinking Karen Reed. There's only one way to think Karen Reed's not guilty. There was only one way. The fact is, there's a lot of people out there that think Karen Reed got found not guilty, but she did it. She was never exonerated. She got found not guilty. The only way we get justice for John O'Keefe if she gets exonerated. That should have been the pivot. The pivot shouldn't have been recording phone calls, going at each other, 3-hour live streams. The pivot should have been justice for Jigga, justice for Kelsey, stay on their necks. That should have been the pivot. That should have been the focus. That's what was being curated during the trial. The trial was the one that was basically soundtracking this movement. And when the trial went away, there was no music, there was no rhythm. And these dudes are just bland. And they didn't know how to pivot. They didn't know how to move. And then next thing you know, they're just toppling on each other and they try to fall on us, and we say, "Get the fuck off us," and we're over here dancing at 39,000. That's it.
And not to mention, you got Nick Rocco, you got Karen, who is talking about coming on his show within a couple of weeks to a month. Um, so you're gonna get to hear her take on everything, and basically, I think more or less what her take is gonna be is what the questions that we were asking in the beginning that got us into all this shit, that we were the bad guys, we were the shit stirrers, and not for nothing, and I hate to keep talking about this. It's like beating a dead horse because it's not going to go anywhere. And people say, I wish we could go back to the days. Those days are over. There's no making amends. There's no, that ship has sailed. When you bring stuff that, like, people, this guy, Do Dog, or whatever the hell your name is, want to talk about, they're just words. They're just words, but for how long, and when does it end, and how does it end? Because for me, just words like that can get you hurt. And that's no
I mean, bro, you seen exchange words for life, man. You seen
right.
that? How many times did you see someone die over words? One of my boys got murdered over words. He told the kid, "Yo, get away from the back of my car. I'm backing up." The kid said, "Yo, say that one more time." He said, "Yo, I'm backing up. Get the fuck away from my car." Guess what? He's not here no more. He's in the dirt. So don't tell me it's just words. It's intentions. It's the intent behind the words, man. You know what I mean? The intention is to muddy this shit up, and that's where it's at. It's full of mud. You're stuck in the fucking mud. Congratulations. You had so many chances to curate it in a different direction. No one's winning in that, you know? And that's it. And you could see the stress on these people's faces. It's, you know what I
Oh,
mean? And I can see the stress in their faces, you know? So, hey, congratulations. Fight with each other, you know what I mean? Get mad at each other, and that's it. That's all you guys got, you know? And may the best man win in the drama battle, you know? Because when you're winning like us, you can't win. You know, I told you this earlier. See, we're winning on a different level. We're winning at life. I'm not crying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying when you win in that life, you can't win because you can't win over the losers, or you can't win over the haters. So even when you're winning, you're losing because you can't win over the haters. Everything you do, like, they're just shallow. JFK lives in his car. James Jackson's on drugs. Wow.
same shit,
So,
same
wow,
stories,
you're so poetic. Did you make that up yourself?
right? We're flying. We're not crying. We're
Yeah.
flying. God
Come
damn.
on, man.
Same
Fucking goofy shit. Goofballs, man. You know, and
man.
I'm just saying, look at it now. You got a guy, Ray from Dallas, right? Excuse me, little Ralphie from Dallas, who just fucking popped up out of nowhere. Congratulations to him. I mean, he still should be giving us a cut of his. You watching little Ralphie? You still didn't give me a cut of your channel. If we didn't speak on this, you wouldn't even have a channel, little Ralphie.
Oh, little Ralphie, you owe us something,
Hell
man.
yeah, you
You
do,
better
little
have an.
Ralphie.
I mean, at least maybe I would say
Is
once a
he?
week.
Did you got him blocked?
I don't got Ralphie blocked.
That's
Now
what I'm
hell
saying.
no.
If you're not blocked, little Ralphie, can you send us a $50 super chat, bro? It's the least you can do, you fucking prick.
Send us something, man.
Come on, little Ralphie, man. You're killing it right now. You're the big dog.
Someone tag me in
Little
Ralphie.
Ralphie's about to take this whole shit over, son.
Yo, straight up. I ain't locking y'all, so Ralphie,
Yo,
man.
how crazy is that? A dude without no face, not even from Massachusetts, is about to take over that whole shit show over there. Take them all down. Congratulations, man.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, someone said, where is it? I'll see if it's on it. They tagged me and Ralphie in it. Oh, here it is. Because he gave the praying hands. Ralphie praying.
Oh,
So someone,
he's in
someone
he's in the chat.
congratulations. I'm reading something off of X. Someone said to him, Ralphie, congratulations on almost having as many subscribers as James Jackson has in a lot less time. So that's great. I ain't got knock nobody's
I mean, that
hustle.
shows you where the level of people are at. I mean, little Ralphie is
What I will say, wait, just real quick, with my
go ahead.
YouTube channel was my YouTube. I've had this forever, but I just activated it. Yeah, so I guess it's still the same because I just activated it like beginning of the trial, and he's killing it, man. But he's also riding coattails on what is it? The goat? Man, what's he gonna take over
Well,
for
what's
the
gonna happen when the goat goes against little Ralphie Ray? You don't think that's
goat?
coming? I mean, come on.
I mean, they're going. Shit, I would be something,
I mean,
but
come on, man. I mean, little Ralphie Ray's gonna follow suit. What does he say? To get along, to get along. That's like his thing. So when they tell you to be quiet about something, you're gonna be quiet. Come on, I don't see that happening.
I
You
do,
know?
I do.
Oh, really? So he's gonna follow suit. Little Ralphie's gonna put it. He's
I
gonna
mean,
tuck his legs. He's gonna be a little girl.
he comes off like that's not who he is. But I'll tell you right now, man. I mean, last night I tried to give him a little gem. If this was what he was real, if he was really on a truth mission, right? The little gem that I had given you, Ralphie, you would have asked that question, and you would have got to the bottom of the truth. But you was on a one-way mission. He
Mm.
was on a mission sent from the goat,
What was
not
the
to,
mission, though?
just to let um, Lindsay speak freely. Whatever she said was Bible to everybody. You gotta believe it.
Oh,
Gotta believe it now because the
so he
goat,
shined her up.
yeah, he shined her up.
Wow, little Ralphie. So little
Shined,
Ralphie, this girl put your boy, the goat, in jail, and you shining her up.
mm,
Wow,
yeah, I was shocked.
that's what they do in the hood, bro. That's what they do in Dallas. I got people in Dallas, man. Ah, Jesus, little Ralphie, man, definitely, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to hit Loco up and
And I have to see
maybe
what Loco says about this
maybe
bullshit.
Loco will make a new song on you, buddy.
And goddamn, little Ralphie. Here,
Ah, little
I
Ralphie,
didn't even
man.
tell you I didn't even tell you the best part yet.
And little Ralph, you kissing, you don't even know, like,
Oh, are you
man,
ready for this one?
that's
Guess who
wild.
he's beefing with? Guess who Ralphie is beefing with? Uh,
Ooh,
Yo, Mary B's in the chat. What's up, Mary B? How you doing, Mary B? I see Hacksaw in the chat tonight. How you doing, Hacksaw?
who's
Everybody.
that? That's that dude, right? The what is the possum? What's his name? The
Oh, yo,
possum media.
Awesome House Media was and Ralphie are beefing, bro.
They're beefing.
Oh, and Ralphie said, "Yo, Danny, we gonna take this walk.
No, no, no.
I was sticking up for you when JFK and them was saying you was ugly." And
Oh
because
shit!
I guess so. So let me just put some context to it. So I
God damn, little Ralphie is going wild on him.
Hey, Mary B, what's up, the hacks on the chat tonight? Yo,
Hey
so I
everybody, listen, I don't usually choose violence, but JFK, man, that guy right there, man, he sucks, man.
and so what's up to all the chat rats in the house tonight? We gonna talk about a little
I just
Ralphie.
like to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, gonna be my friends tonight. And I'll tell you right now, Mary B. You did that song the other night that was fire too.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't listen. JFK he plays Milli Vanilli with his playlist because publishing, like Milli Vanilli, they don't get publishing because they didn't really sing it. And I don't do that music, so I play this AI shit, this
Nah,
AI
but
stuff.
he stood 10 toes down. He
Who
said,
did?
Danny, he stood 10 toes down. I think that's his name's Danny O'Donnell.
I think his
Danny.
name's fucking. I think his name's Skin Beef.
Well, nah, there you go. You can't. I don't know what Danny. I look, but man, I'll say Danny. Danny, I don't know if he ever really disrespected us because I never really
Yeah,
watched.
he did. What are you talking about?
I mean, I know they
He
did
was
the
down with Ray from dude. Anybody
okay.
that's fucking what you talking about? They all disrespect.
They
They
don't mind
talked about
that.
us day in and day out, bro. What do you
Okay.
mean they didn't disrespect us? Come on, stop
All right,
it.
but listen. So now, what I'm gonna say is, Danny went 10 toes down and told Ralphie, "Look, I ain't gonna steer down no walk out here. We're not afraid of no walks because first of all, I'm 6'4". Okay, I'm
Is he?
6'4". That's
Yeah,
what he said.
Danny's
And
a
I'm
big
an
boy.
athlete. He said, "I'm an athlete. I got
He,
trophies.
he said he's what?
I'm an athlete. I got trophies from every sport." Okay,
No.
so I'm gonna tell you right now, Ray. I'm not the one. Okay. So I'm not even going to bring my guest up right now, Ray, because I want to talk to you. You want to take this walk? We going to take this walk. Damn.
You sound just like that, dude.
What's up?
Keep going,
What's up,
son. Keep talking.
Hacksaw, what's up? I'll talk to you in a minute, Hacksaw. Shout out to Hacksaw. He's in the chat tonight. How you doing, Mary P? So, Ralphie, I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of you, Ralphie. 6'4". You see these trophies behind me? No? That's because
Trophies.
I done every sport. I done wrestled alligators. I done bowling. I mean, you name it, I done. I played darts. I've done it. I'm 6'4". And Ralphie, I don't care about your walks. Okay? You got something else to Oh, Ralphie, you have one more thing to say? Is that right? What's up, Hack? So I'll get to you in a minute. What's up, Mary B? Yeah.
Oh shit! What's up, Hacksaw? I'll get to you what I can get you. Listen, I ain't taking this walk.
Nah. So I don't even like being on camera. So that's why the beef started. But check it. I know I'm on camera right now. I know y'all can see me, but I can't see me. So it doesn't matter. But I don't like even being on camera. So Ralphie, you want to talk about my looks and how I said I'll give you $20 super chat to take me out of your intro because I don't like the way I look, Ralphie. But I don't know because I'm on camera 24/7. But that doesn't matter because I don't see the way. What's up, What's up, Hacksaw? What's up, Mary B? How you doing, girl? But I'm just, I'm just saying, Ralphie. I'll send you that $20 super chat
Oh
right
shit!
now if you take me off of that intro because I don't like the way I look. Yeah, I know you stuck up for me when JFK and James Jackson was saying that I looked a certain way. I look slow. You think I haven't heard this my whole life? I told you I was on the bowling team. I was on the dart team. I was on what's up, Mary B? Hey, Hacksaw. I was on this team. I was on that team. You see all these trophies behind me,
Jesus.
Ralphie? I'm
So
not
he
playing.
said he was an athlete. What's that got to do with anything? And he got trophies.
He's got trophies and he's an athlete. And he's not playing with Ralphie. He's done taking real walks with real
So wait a
motherfuckers.
minute. So you mean to tell me this dude, the mellow man,
He
the
did a
quiet
whole
man,
live stream like this, man.
yeah, and he said he's
I'm
gonna
not
fuck Ralphie
bullshit.
up, basically.
He's done taking walks before. So
Mm.
this is a what do you call it walk? This is a fake walk, Ralphie. This ain't Ray. This is a fake walk. This ain't a real walk. I
God
done
damn.
walked down many trenches, okay? My cousin's cousin done taken walks with me before. Okay? What's up, Mary B? How you doing, Hacksaw? And we do this shit, Ralphie. We're not afraid to stare down no fade. So I don't know why you come on here and disrespect me and Mary B and Sue Ellen and Lou Ellen and Chu Ellen. Don't do that shit, Ray Ray. They females.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what was the beef about though?
The beef was about he didn't like being in the intro of Ray from Dallas's intro. He doesn't like the way he looks. So he's like, every time I see that shit, I wanna send him a $20 super chat to take me out of it, you know?
Mm. Man, that's some petty shit, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that, when I first went on that Rat House Media, I left a comment and I gave 'em- I think I gave them their first super chat, like one of their first super chats. And I was like, listen, anytime you talk about me, just please you get the context right. Just don't talk about me based on what you heard. Do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to kill my credibility. And that's what they do, right? JFK's a lame, JFK's weak, he lives in his car. You know what I mean? He's a fucking. They made AI videos about me. His wife made an AI video about me. Because they got mad because Loco mentioned their name in one of the
Yeah.
in one of the songs or something, and I don't know. So, but yeah, it's just stupid shit, man. And it's just like they say they weren't a drama channel. That's the thing. We're not a drama channel over here. We don't do drama, but that's all they are. That's all they've been doing, and that's it. And like I said, they can't. Once you can't come back. What are you gonna do? Especially if you got someone like Ralphie that's on your neck. He's gonna keep poking you and poking you. You
Oh,
know.
he keeps fucking with him too. And I was last night when I when I was I'm watching this shit a little bit and I'm like, yo, I wonder if he took him out the intro. I was thinking about it. You know Ralphie
I mean,
didn't.
he was playing all them lame ass like this dude. I thought little Ralphie was like a fucking. He said in January, I'm gonna level up. I've been to summits. I did stadiums. I did all these great things. He was saying, wait to January. I mean, January's next month, so we're gonna hopefully next month we're gonna see him with the big studio. The fucking he's gonna show his face, who he really is. Because, like you said, to your point before, it's like, man, you were playing these lame ass AI diss songs against JFK that they made.
Right.
Like, come on, you're from Dallas, homie. Like, them shits weren't it. Like, that ain't
Yeah,
it.
you know that
Like, you know what I'm
wasn't
saying? Like, no real MC or real beat maker is gonna be like, that's it right there. That's the one, man.
yep.
Like, yeah, to that no disrespect to the generation that the people that was watching your videos, I guess it works. So it is what it is. But I mean, you were playing that shit like it was it. That shit ain't it.
Yeah. He's loving it. Like, what's up, man? Yeah, Oasis. Shout out to Oasis Cat. She wrote that. Yeah, and that was a big one for us back in the day.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
we made a big hit song on the AI app because what happens is my wife, she does writing and she don't like the hood boogers, but behind the scenes she thinks she's a rapper. She got I just got her she was out there with the gun last night, shot a couple of dares out there in Mississippi. So you was an athlete, right? You're saying like in full sports, but ain't you
Yeah.
from Mississippi? Like how big is Mississippi? How many people are in your city? Fucking 3,000?
Well,
You probably and
well,
if you're
so you
six
know
four, wait
how
a minute,
big
if you're
Miss
6'4" in Mississippi and there's only 2,000 people living in your fucking neighborhood, you probably did get all the trophies. Try that shit in Lynn with 150,000 people, bro. Stop it, will you? Oh my god, dude.
God damn, I'm gonna have to check them
I'm just
trophies, man.
saying, Mississippi's a small ass. It's that's small, man. Them towns are small out there, bro.
He's like, you ever heard of the Mississippi River? That shit ain't small. That shit is big. What's
Yeah,
up, man?
that's the
Hey,
biggest
how you
river
doing?
there is. Did you ever hear? Martin Luther King got killed out here too, out here in Mississippi, man. But I had nothing to do with that. Like, yo, at the end of the day, man, you're from Mississippi, man. Everything I ever heard about Mississippi is bad.
Yeah.
That's
I
all I
don't think
know.
I've ever heard anything. I mean, really, like you said, everything I've heard has been pretty
Yeah,
bad
the
too.
movie. I never. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just saying. Like the movies and shit, Mississippi Burning and all that shit was just mad racial and bad. You know.
just looks like the type of place if even if like you or I was out there and we stepped on someone's lawn, we're getting shot.
Yeah, you
You
probably
know?
get trophies for that. That's what he probably got trophies for.
Yeah, so I shot this one motherfucker came on my lawn, and I got over two dozen trophies. They were gonna give them to someone else, but I'm 6'4", so yeah.
I'm
Hey, what's
six
up,
four.
Hacksaw? Mary B. So, he wanted to talk about that. But bro, the thing that had me was driving me crazy, and I was like trying to like I wish it was on the replay, I guess. So I'm like, damn, I wish I caught this live because I definitely would have chimed in, and I guess that's just keeping me the hell out of shit. Because I was gonna say, bro, you're complaining about being on like screen like this, but you're live streaming. So I don't understand it. I could see if he did like what Ray from Dallas did and never showed his face. And then his face popped up on an intro and then he was mad. But bro, you live stream 24/7. You know how many pictures and still shots people probably take screenshots of us, and now you're big and to be fair and to just
Yo,
get
the
back,
population in Mississippi is 3,000.
god damn, man, them trophies don't mean shit.
Yo, is that a fact, Miss 808?
Oh
Yo, is
shit.
that a fact, Miss 808, that it's only 3,000? Oh, she says I'm
Three.
kidding. Oh, I was gonna say it's
Oh god.
2.29 million or something like Norman Corey with the facts.
Norman Corey came in with the straight facts. 2.9 million.
Yeah.
So then he may have earned them. I'm not saying he didn't earn them trophies, Mary B. I'm just saying no, he really might have earned those trophies, right? But he did. He stood 10 toes down. He told Ray he ain't putting up with his
With his
shit.
shit.
And he thinks he's an internet gangster and all this. So yeah, they're fighting, man. And it's like, here we are. We take ourselves out of the picture, and we knew this would happen. It's like they're interior decorating.
Yeah.
They're
But
destroying
what else they
people.
gonna do, bro? Like you're from Mississippi. You created a show with people from Mass. You started out in the chat and you created a show, and it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like a show like is about bringing content and entertaining. You created a show and you're following the rhythm. You want because you're in the chat, so you know the chat is vile, right? Because the chat that you populate the most is the TB chat, so you don't want to go against that chat. So you're following that algorithm. So whatever he's saying, go against this one, go against this one. That's what you're doing. So now you're in that rut, right? Now you're there. So now you got to work and play with these people. It's only a matter of time before you get mud on you. It's only a matter of time before that shit hits you, and it goes
Bro,
that way. So
it was
congratulations. What you should have did was you should have just you had your chat, you got your little crowd, you should have fucking investigated some things. I thought that's what you guys do. Justice. What have you done? What phone calls? What guest have you had? What news have you brought? What did you bring to the table? What substance do you have? The substance is AI rats.
yo, Becky G's right. They do give away participation trophies now. I mean, I don't know how old he is and shit, but they do. That is a thing that, and I'm against that where every kid gets a
But
trophy. It's
why is he putting himself over about trophies and being an athlete? What's
I mean,
that got to do
bro,
with?
exactly what you just said. Like with the content, I just think they lack create
Well, that's what I'm saying. They understand that when you sign that deal with YouTube as a content creator, the key is to bring content, original content, not go to AI and make some rat that runs through the sewer and call yourself the chat rats because it rhymes. Chat rats, we're chat rats. We invade and we jump in the chat. Chat rats, come on. Like,
that's
yo, that's something like that's cute, man. That's kind of weird though, man. Like, I don't know. You're talking about the Karen Reed case, like the corruption of Massachusetts, then talk about it. And then you're talking about Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and it's like you guys talk about it, but do you really talk about it? Do you break it down? Do you break down postpartum? Did you ever, why don't you jump on an airplane and go to North Andover and go talk to some cops? Why don't you do some work? Why don't you do that? Why don't you go to North Andover and do a live in North Andover? You know, do something like that instead of sitting behind a desk and just following. Hey, well, Kelsey fits him, and she fits exactly what we need to talk about. She's just like Karen. She's a girl. She got done wrong. She doesn't have a criminal record. There's a guy who just died in the South Bay House of Correction. His name is
Give me one
Jacoby
second, Jay.
Kenny. What?
Give me 1 second. Just
Yeah,
go ahead.
absolutely. Well, there's a
Thanks.
guy, ladies and gentlemen, who just died in the South Bay House of Correction. His name is Jacoby Kenny. He has a criminal record. Is anybody covering that? Is anybody talking about that? I mean, what are you here for? That's what I want to know. Uh, I think that it just got out of control. I just don't get it. I mean, let's keep it real. What have they brought to the table? I mean, I'm not against anybody who's in chat to create a channel and become successful or have a channel, but then okay, but you can't make the channel a chat. You know what I mean? Like the channel's a chat. I don't get it. Like that's like a weird concept to me. Like let's make a channel a chat. So basically everybody that's in the chat, I mean, I can see the concept as far as taking by being the underdog, right? So to speak, because we came from the chats and now we have our own channel. We came from the bottom, and now we have our own channel. Okay, but now what are you going to talk about? You're going to do the same thing that they do in chats. You're going to talk about people and not expect to ever get talked about. It's a little bit different when you're in the chat and a creator comes at you and you're in the chat and the creators on the stage because you can get blocked or you cannot not say anything. You can curate what you're going to say. You're not on camera. It's a little bit different when you're on the stage speaking about other creators in a chat perspective, so to speak. And then when you get talked to back like we're doing right now, you don't like it. You don't like the feeling. Well, now you understand what it's like when someone in the chat talks shit because it's the same thing that you're trying to bring to the stage. I mean, it's cool as far as getting an audience and building, but now you got to be ready for the repercussions. But if I was them, I would make the pivot and say, okay, you should have a better perspective than everybody. Because if you were in chat and you got a group of people in chat that followed you from this channel to this channel to that channel, now you kind of know what people want to watch, right? So why don't you go find a case, find something interesting to talk about it, and talk about it? Why bring the drama? Why talk about the drama? Because that's who you really are. That's why. Make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm on the layover. The layover gets crazy over here. I got to catch my flight soon.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, what up, brother? My man.
It's all good. Luna's
Is you good?
yeah, she's good. She needs to get out. She been in the room. When you're here in a room like this, just one single room, it's different than being in a house where she can roam. She's like, all right, we gotta go. We got to move.
Right.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
with that being said, let me hop off. I gotta take care of a couple things. But listen, man, it was a pleasure being on the layover. I had fun. Um, and
definitely.
this week is gonna even be more fun. And yeah, James, man, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, my brother.
I
And
will, bro.
I'll hit you up behind the scenes. You know how we do. I
Absolutely.
appreciate I appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you, man. Support James Jackson, man. Let's see the AGE all green everything in the chat. Let's gift some memberships in the Christmas spirit. Let's at least get 10 memberships gifted right now for James Jackson. 10 memberships. He wants to see all green. And with that being said, I go by the name of JFK. I'll see you guys soon tonight, 9
Well,
p.m., 10 p.m., something like that. I'll see you, pot 32. Let's go.
let's go. Thanks, JFK.
Got you, brother. Peace.
Hey, everybody, you heard that. JFK. 1 second. That's it. Thank you very much, JFK. That was dope, man. Oh goddamn, here come the memberships. You guys are the best. Straight up. Look at this. And let me just get through these super chats because I know JFK and I were having a great conversation. I may not have got to these. This is today. We got Becky G gifted one James Jackson membership. Teresa gifted one James Jackson membership. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa came through with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Teresa. Again, E-Pags coming through. Shout out to James. Of course, E-Pags. Let me see. Becky G gifted one James Jackson membership again. Roman what is that? Sorry. Ramana the Truth Pest? Okay, Ramana the Truth Pest. Gifted one James Jackson membership. Ramana the Truth Pest is a new member. Thank you for becoming a member, Becky G. Super chat. Layover goals. $5. Thank you, Becky G. What the Duck coming through, gifting 5 James Jackson memberships. And Renee, journalist Jackson, rocking it. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Same to you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody in the chat. Happy holidays. We are getting so close to Christmas. EPAG's best soundbite. Best soundbite of 2025. Hands down, for sure. I'm going to play it before we leave. Love is love. Leslie and Neil got her name right. Leslie and Neil, love you, Miss Luna. You have the best dad in the world. Happy holidays. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. You know, Luna and I, we don't go far without each other. Becky G said, you guys always work in 39,000 feet. Thank you, Becky G, again. With the duck. One of the things I love most about you both is your honesty and transparency. Thank you so much, With the Duck. And we try to be honest and transparent with everybody. Leslie coming through again. God damn, you guys killing it. Got our names right. Yes, finally. YouTube was pushing emails as handles, I think. Glad you're back. Neil and I appreciate all you do. And no more mini glera. LOL. Yes, no more mini glera for Neil. He is now officially Fuckery Donuts. And Meatball Morrissey Sketty Stain says, hey, James and JFK, I'm glad you're both doing so well. Always happy for you two. And Kevy Kev, of course, he's just trying to save all the doggies. Kevy Kev trying to save all the doggies. God damn. So we got Juanita Henry. I'm sorry, my eyes are like, from looking at this, I don't know, this room, a little stuffy, clogged up. I don't know what it is. Maybe some certain scent walking in. I don't know. Juanita became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, Juanita. EPAGs, Poetic Wisdom, of course, EPAGs. What the Duck coming through again. I chose to see the positive that came out of this, the trash that took itself out, and we were left with people who have moral compass, who love and support each other. I will choose that any day. What the Duck, to the best. What the Duck. I appreciate that. What's this one? E-Pags came through and said, who had Hillbilly James? Oh, shit. What's up to everybody in the chat? Mary B, I see you. What's up, Hacksaw? Yeah, no, I didn't know I had it like that either, but hey, I guess I do. LTG said, James, do what's up, Hacksaw again. I'm dying laughing. God damn, LGTG. Sup, Hacksaw? Hey, Mary B. That's my girl. Oasis Cash. She wrote that banger. If you didn't hear it, go check it out right now. Hey, Hacksaw. I see you in the chat. Shout out to you. And shout out to the chat rants. Let's go. Norman Corey came through and gifted a YouTube membership. Who else we got? Leslie and they gifted 5 James Jackson memberships. God damn, you guys are too generous. What the Duck came back and gifted another 5. James Jackson Cat's Pajamas came back and gifted another 5 James Jackson memberships. And Mitchie Beach gifted 1 James Jackson membership. Think Speaks gifted 5 James Jackson memberships. And everybody that got a membership, be so thankful and grateful. Living the Dash 0204 gifted 1 James Jackson memberships. I love all of you so much for all of the super chats, the memberships. And I just want to say that this is the layover, and this is Danny sitting in for James Jackson. And I just want to let you know that Oasis Cat. And what's up, Hacksaw? I see you in the chat, Hacksaw. Shout out to Mayor Bay and Sue Ellen, and everybody. So, yeah, I just want to appreciate everything that you guys do for James Jackson, because James really goes hard for y'all. And with that being said, I go by the name of Chat Rat Diane, and I'm 6'4" with a bunch of participation trophies. So if you haven't participated and got one, you need to go get yourself one now. What's up, Jay Brilliant? I see you in the chat. How you doing, Mary B? And also, guys, I just want to let you know I love everybody. Happy holidays. I'll see you soon. I go by the name of James Jackson, and this is the layover. I'll catch you on the next layover. Peace and love.
If you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip?
The layover. The layover.
Yo.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how everybody's
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
The clock's run out, time's up, over. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choke, he's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he won't have it easy. Hold backs to these ropes, it don't matter. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home, that's when it's back to the lab again. Yo, this whole rhapsody better go capture this moment. Hope it don't pass him, yo. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. Your soul's escaping through this hole that is breathing. This world is mine for the taking.